Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Whatever. It's good to see you. YouTube missed the very first part of the intro there. That's all right. Yeah. So anyway, Challenger 300. This has been updated for X-Plane 11. Somebody has suggested I do a morning flight, so that's exactly what we're doing. We're gonna blast out of here, and the sun will be rising about the time that we finish our pre-flight. So our flight today is gonna have us going from. Let's see here. Let's get the routes popped in here. The flight today, in a very climactic fashion, is going to be from Southwest Oregon Regional, Bend, all the way up to Yakima. Yakima is the current bonus field for PilotEdge. We're going to head to Yakima. We're going to make the turn in Yakima, and we're going to head down to Truckee. So we're going to take advantage of the Hidden Gems functionality, Hidden Gems feature within PilotEdge. And I'm kind of excited about this Truckee flight. I loaded up in Truckee, and it looks real nice down there. So yeah, that's going to be. I think that's going to be a fun flight. So that's what we're doing today. We're flying the Challenger 300 by DDen, DDen Design, something like that. And yeah, this plane's pretty cool. It's definitely it's showing its years, but it is a very neat plane. It's very very well built and lots of features and all sorts of crazy stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Busted Minimum's good to see you, man. Ernie the Cat, welcome aboard. Oh yeah, here we go. Ridiculous, sir. Thank you very much for 4 months of support. Thanks for all the entertainment. Have 1/100th of a flight hour on me. Ridiculous, thank you, sir. Cheers. I'm cheersing with water today. I don't really feel like drinking. I had a lot of crappy Chinese food last night, and it didn't quite lay well with me. So we're taking it easy today. Lots of water. Yeah, Willful Scandal. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. I appreciate it. Julian's LOL, or Julian's all good to see, buddy. I'm doing good. How are you? Boss Pro 377's in the house. Azizi, welcome aboard. I think we got them all. Pick and Flick, welcome aboard. Cheers from the state above. I'm gonna say that's either New Hampshire or Vermont. I'm doing pretty well, man. Patatucci, welcome aboard. Anyway, good to see you guys. Let's pop in this plane. So I popped the GPU on. And kind of at least powered the thing on because I wanted to have some lights out here because without the lights, like, there's not a lot to see. But what we will do is pop the menu open here. Oh yeah, it has crickets. Electrician, no, man. Anybody can give bits. Bits are open to anybody. I would encourage you to subscribe if you have the means, but if you have bits from watching advertisements, I will certainly take those too. Yeah, so anyway, we got crickets, right? Let's pop inside this thing. Let's figure out let's try to remember how to pre-flight this. Now, oh yeah, I wanted to close the doors. That's actually why I came out here originally, was to go open up the animations and door 1, and we'll close the baggage compartment as well. And we'll go ahead and turn the lights off in the back there as well. Yep. All right. This plane has a ton of features to it, like awful lot of features. So I will run through the checklist. There's all these great little click spots and kind of 2D panels and whatnot that make this thing a lot easier to fly. Cessna Rocks, thank you very much for 3 months of support. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. McSheedy Pilot, good to see you, buddy. McSheedy Pilot's checking in from Walpole. I don't know where Walpole's at. Oh, God. Kablukachow. Good to see you, man. It has been a while. Nero Verax. We just kicked off, man. We just kicked off. Okay, anyway. Lots of little 2D panels. So there's this thing here. I've got dragged in the corner. And that's I can use to open the ECAS. I can use that to open the MFD CTL, multifunction display control, maybe. And I can also open the checklist up. And we will walk through the checklist in this one because I really don't know this plane that well. So switches, yeah, we did all that. Gear handles down. Left and right hydraulic pumps, those are over here. Those are off. And air source is off. Right there. Standby instrument switch. Standby instrument switch is going to be with the battery. Now, one thing I will say about this airplane, I don't like the way that it's all laid out. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but standby instrument switch is now on.
Retard, retard, retard.
I love that name. Dusty Ballsack. Dusty Ballsack, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. It's one of those that Keith's going to yell at me for having that on the PilotEdge front page there. Standby instrument switch is on. And we go left battery, right battery on. CAS, normal faults, all that good stuff. Sure, why not? We got our nav lights on. Left and right fuel pumps, we'll move those to auto. Fuel. Now, I will say that like once you kind of know where everything is at, it starts to make a little more sense. Left and right fuel pump is auto, but it's weird because like it's just weird not having a big overhead panel. Like there is no overhead panel. There's a couple of lights up here, and that's it. I'm not even sure the lights do anything. It just everything is down here and not at all where you would think that they are. So left right fuel pumps are on auto. Let's oh, you know what? Let's add people and fuel real quick too. While I'm thinking about it. So we don't need a lot of gas. 2.5 hours of gas should be fine. And
retard,
put about 1,000 pounds of weight in here. We should be happy with that. Great. Moritz, thank you very much for 4 months of support. Cheers, my friend. You're awesome. Iowa Flyer, good to see you, man. Hi, FSX, good to see you. Scott Still Thug, welcome aboard.
Retard.
I am Relic is here for 4 months. Turned on my laptop to leave a message. Now I don't know what to say here. So here's more of my money. Cheers. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much. I'll take your money. Twitch will take half of your money. I will take the other half. What is a checklist and who are you? Yeah, I'm only using the checklist because this plane's a little bit weird. Like, I don't know this plane. I don't know the sequence of everything, and it's a little bizarre. So, APU over to start. We will use the checklist for this one. APU is coming online. It's super dark, but that's the APU. Coming up. Okay, we have an APU. Electrics. How do we check the electrics? They're probably okay. Is that over here? Yes. Electrical looks good. Okay. Fan-freaking-tastic. Oh, yeah, right. Electric is here. Okay. Electrics look good. Left and right bleeds, we turn them off. Bleeds are probably down. Nope, that's the engine. That's the APU. Air condition bleeds. Off and off. APU bleed can come on. Cross bleed can go open. And air source can go to normal. Okay, that's the APU start checklist. Where's the next one? Initial check. Yeah, okay. O2 mass, not worried about that. Not worried about that. Fuel quantity is good. Standby instruments. Do we have standby instruments? Oh, yeah. Standby instruments look good. Nose wheel steering is off. Right there. Ram air checked and off. Air conditioning bleeds checked and set. That all looks good. Yeah, sure, why not? Pressurization panel. What are we landing at today? Let's see here. Yakima. 1,099. So we're going to want to take that. Let's see. There's the cabin out. There's the cabin rate. Where's the landing? If I just move that around a little bit, I'll probably... No, of course not. That's not how that works. Of course, why would it do that? One of these things tells me... What? Where's it at? Whatever. I'm not going to worry about pressurization. All right, that's set. Good to go. Anti-ice not worried about. Actually, anti-ice should be off. More sirens. Every day we got sirens going by. Ooh, that was a cop, too. That was weird. Anti-ice is here. And the wing anti-ice is off. Probes are off. We'll turn the windshield anti-ice on, though. Reversion panel. I don't know where that's at. I'm not going to worry about it. Emergency lights have been armed. I know that because I armed them. Hydraulic pumps and brakes. We'll turn those on auto. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the hydraulics are on auto. Auto. And gust lock is on. Okay. Good. That's another check. Oh, initial check. Another initial check. Engine run switches are off. Holy crap, dude. Now I know why I don't use checklists. This takes too damn long. Off, off. And the run switches are off, off. Trim, we're not worried about. Yep, that's good. ELT's good. Cabin oxygen, yep, good there. Altimeters will set later. FMS will initialize here in a few minutes. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that right now. All right. Mr. Servin. Hi, Servin. Ian Servin. Good to see you, man. C300 was my first payware aircraft. New X-Plane 11 FMC is a good excuse to hop back again. Well, come join us today, Ian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for your continued support, sir. Cheers, my friend. Ian, if I recall, you're going down to South Carolina, South Carolina with us. About a week and a half. Eekdax, good to see you, man. Jellybuddy UK, welcome aboard. Epic Nobody, good to see you. If I missed anybody else, I probably have. Vash, welcome aboard. JB Patterson, welcome aboard. DL Greer, welcome aboard. I stream on Fridays, Boss Bro. Fridays at 7, right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is call up clearance, get our clearance, and then we'll program the FMC, and we'll get ourselves ready to blast out of here. So we are at Southwest Oregon Regional. We'll pull the airport diagram up there. We are also going to need to pull up the airport information. How about I show you where to find that? Yeah? So let's pull 4Flight here. We're going to go to KOTH. Search for that. And we should find frequencies. Center is going to be Seattle Center on 121.4. Right? You see that? Okay, great. Put that away. All right, 121.4. Where's my radio at? Here's my radio. 21.4. I love it. This is one implementation of scroll wheel I can actually get behind, because these radios used to be a pain in the ass to tune. And now they're super, super, super easy to tune. And I really, really enjoy them. Oh, he's going to give us a release time too, isn't he? I'm going to circumvent my normal process here. I'm actually going to program my FMC, get the plane up and running, and then we will ask for clearance. The reason I'm going to do that is because we're at a towered, like it's a towered field, but technically right now it's non-towered. Because it's not staffed on PilotEdge. So it's going to be treated by PilotEdge as if it were a non-towered field. So we're going to go ahead and program the FMC, do all that good stuff, basically get ourselves ready to blast out of here, and then we'll call them up and say, hey, we're ready to go. So let's do that. So this is running the default FMC. It has click spots and whatnot for the old FMC, the old default. If you click on this thing, it actually just brings up the 2D panel. And that's pretty much what we're going to work with, is the 2D panel version of this thing. Only because the buttons don't all work down here. Like, some of them do. But they don't all work. So that's a problem for me. So I'm just going to use 2D panel here. So we're going to go to flight plan. Let's get rid of all that stuff. We're going to go from KOTH. We're going to be flying to KYKM. KYKM. And we will go to the departing and arriving. Departing from KOTH, we're going to plan for... Oh, what do we have here? Let's see. The winds are currently 290 at 8. So 3-1's actually our best bet. 3-1 kind of short. So we're going to take runway 22. So we'll plan for runway 22. That's going to be on the OTH-6. We're taking that up to Scotty. Like that. And then we'll go to the route page, or the flight plan page in this case. Fall into Scotty. We're going to take Victor 121. And we'll take that up to Eugene.
Salo 791, walking exit.
Turn him down for now. Before I missed an airway on here. J143. 43. Insert that. Okay, so Victor 121 to Eugene, and then Victor or Juliet or J143, J143 to LTJ, and then Victor 25 to Yakima. This is the part where it might get a little sketchy, but whatever, it's good enough. Execute that. Okay, that's our lateral plan. What if we do? Is there any chance that the perf works on this thing, do you think? I'm gonna go with probably not. I don't even know where to find the perf at. There's the legs page. Index. Oh, no, there is no perf. There is no perf page, so of course it's not going to work. So we'll have to work out all our... I don't even know what the V-speeds are for this plane. Are they documented anywhere? These are all things I should have figured out before I try to fly it, right? Manual. Thank you for purchasing the CL300 aircraft. We hope you get many hours of enjoyment. Speed, 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 speed. Nope. Okay. Challenger 300 V speeds. Does anybody know what the hell they are? This could be a problem. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let's check the quick flight tutorial and see if that works. Quick flight tutorial. Yeah, it's like it's actually not a... Hey! There they are right there. There's our V speeds. Don't know what the... I don't know what approach speed will be. Is that down? Oh. Oh, look at that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Snip. 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 Snippity snip snip snip. Grab that. Page, we'll call this Challenger. I'm going to put it in OneNote. So I have it here available to me. New. Pop you. Okay. So we're going to figure our weight out, and we'll figure our V-speeds out. Only because I want to know what my rotation speed is and what my climb out speed is. That's all I really care about. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Nope, I'm going to close that because we're done with it. We can't actually... Can we actually set the speeds here? Has to be... Oh, yeah, here we go. Up here. I'm going to say we... Oh, there we go. Refs. Okay. So V1... Okay, so how heavy are we, first of all? That we need to know. So let's cheat. We are currently 31,904 pounds. So we'll go ECM 717. We're going to be... The hell are we? OTH to Yakima. I'm going to put us down for 31.9. 31.9. Pop you away. Pop you away. Pop you away. And so 31.9 on the V speeds gives us here. So V1 116, V rotate 116, V2 125. I don't know what 2FL is.
Retard. Retard.
I have no idea what TOEFL is. I'm just not going to worry about that. Cletus 101, here for 4 months. Cletus 101, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers, my friend. Cole Hood, welcome aboard. Stew Dog, good to see you. Oh, you found a calculator. The calculator's not going to do me. Duff Star, good to see you. Go to the fixed page, find perf. Fixed page. There's no perf on the fixed page. That's okay. We're not going to worry about it. We can do this by... We don't need the FMC for this. That's the glorious thing about this. Oh, tablet, let me in so I can have chat down here in front of me. Please. Please let me in. No. Okay. So we got a V1 of 116. Okay, so the question is this one? The refs? Nope. Okay, that's that. Okay, 116. And that should also be... It won't actually let me change those numbers. If it's not oh, there it is. The tune one works. Okay, 116, 116, and okay, 116, 116, and V2 is 125. So actually wasn't too far off on this. 126 is as low as that'll go. Okay, whatever, that's fine. That's gonna make our initial speed 126 knots. That seems really slow, but we're going to go with it. And let's brief this departure. OTH, the OTH 6. The North Bend 6 departure from runway, the one that we're taking off on. Whatever runway we're taking off on. We're going to make a right turn to heading 280 to intercept the 253 outbound radial from North Bend. We're going to climb to 1,300 feet on that radial and then make a right turn back direct to North Bend. From there, then we're going to head to Scotty. That's it. Piece of cake. Okay. So let's do 280 on the heading. On the heading. We will tune our nav 1 into North Bend, which is 121.1. 21. Wait. Or 112.1. It's like, that number seems too big. 112.1. Let me in, you stupid tablet. Seriously. Here we go. 121.1. Pop that up there. And it's going to be in the 253 radial, so we'll set our course. Oh, man. It's not actually... Does it actually not... It's not actually showing me course, is it? No, of course not. Why would it? It's okay. We can do math. 2.5. That's why I don't like scroll wheel. 253 right there. Okay. 253 radial. That's good. We'll put the altitude in once we're assigned one by clearance. Or by center. And the last thing we will do is grab the weather. The weather for North Bend is winds 290 at 8, 10 mile visibility, clear skies, 18 Celsius, altimeter 3005. 3005. Okay, glare shield set, autopilot, our FMC's been set up. See, the autopilot hasn't been set. We should do that. Flight director on. We're going to start off in heading. Actually, we'll start off in nav mode. Oh, it wants to go to VNav. Okay, so we'll do this in heading mode. Heading mode. And vertical speed, we'll set the initial vertical speed for 2,000 feet per minute. Oops, that's a speed bug. Boy, this is going to be another quality, family-friendly stream by catstrator. All right, 2,000 feet per minute on the initial vertical speed. We'll do that. And then we will go... Actually, we can just go to flight change mode right away. You know what? No, I'm going to go vertical speed. I'm going to climb out of here VS mode. Change my mind. I'm going to change my mind a lot on this one. Because I haven't flown this plane in so long. Okay, flight director set, heading mode, vertical speed. We're going to get the altitude here in a few minutes by center. So that's fantastic. So let's pull our checklist back up and pull this guy up here. And FMS is set. Avionics are set. V speeds are posted. CAS messages checked. Airshow lights and galley on as required. So we can go turn off the entryway lights. Go to the next checklist. Instant start. Engine start checklist. Weather clearance, we've done all that. FMS has been loaded. Doors, beacons, signs, all that crap. Are there seatbelt signs on here? There should be. Let's see here. Beacon. Belts. Smoking. Great. Turn the wing inspection light off. It's good. Logo light. Yep. Okay. Lights are good. Parking brake is set. Chocks removed. Turn the gust lock off. Right there. Thrust levers are at idle. Engine run switches to on. Clear. Let's turn them both on. Starting up the engines is a very, theoretically, a very simple process. We're not on APU power, are we? Well, we should be. Okay, now we're on APU power. Get off of external power. All right, engine start switches. Engine number 1, or number 2 is coming up. Yeah, dude, we're gonna go all the way up to 41,000 for this flight, and we'll probably make it. Like, this plane is fast. As, like, I'm only going to use about 85% in one for this takeoff. Because it would be silly to use anything else. One engine's good. Second engine's up. Looking good. Coming up. Like, you can't cheer. It might be something to do with where you live. I don't know. Happy Friday, Mr. Swole. Good to see you, buddy. Ray River, welcome aboard. We're flying up to Yakima. Bend, Oregon, up to Yakima. With a nice sunrise departure. Okay, engines are on. Do flight control check here. Left, right, full left, full right, full back, full forward. Fantastic. Where's my checklist? Yaw damper needs to come on. Actually, that's just, I'm going to walk through my flows here. We'll do flows, and then we'll do checklist. U. There. Probes on. Nice on. Turn APU gen off. Just start switches are on. APU's off. Where is the yaw damper switch? Nose wheel steering's got to come on. Yaw damper, yaw damper, yaw damper, yaw damper, yaw damper. Yaw damper. Nope. There's a therapeutic button. Just in case. Yaw damper. Oh, that must be on the... Is that on the front panel here? On the glare shield? There it is. Okay, yaw damper's on now. Ha-ha! All right, yaw damper's on. Wing anti-ice is good. We're not going to worry about checking them. Windshield heat's on. Flaps are set for takeoff. Takeoff flaps 10. Hydraulics we checked. Flight and ground spoilers checked auto. Flight controls we checked. Gens and electrics are on. Trims are... They're not calculated or set. Where is my trim at? There is a trim function on here somewhere. Summary? No, that doesn't give it to me. Hydraulics, no. Fuel, no. Truckee ECS. I'd imagine flight controls would give us that. That's literally just flight controls. Trim! It's supposed to be here somewhere. I don't know. Whatever. We'll take a guess, I suppose. This is what happens when you fly a new plane and you don't know what the hell you're doing. We've been through this all before. That's cool. Alright, whatever. Trims are good. PFD brief fine. Departure brief fine. Radar terrain fine. Anti-ice set. Passengers brief. Nose wheel steering is now on. CAS is checked. Good to go. Brakes, nose wheel steering, good to go. Fuel balance, check. Thrust reversers, good, whatever. Engine bugs, fine. Flaps are set for takeoff. Next one will be the lineup and takeoff. Okay, so we are at the FBO, we're going to hang a left on Alpha and a right on Charlie. And then once we get up to the runway, we'll give center a call and we'll get out. We'll get our clearance and get out of here. Not sure if anybody else is out here with us. Probably not. I'm all alone. Whoop Pig 737 stalls are fine. They were a lot less violent this time around. I will say that. Did stalls, and I did an hour and a half of touch and goes on Monday, which were varying levels of good and, well, varying levels of bad. We'll go with that. Oh, there's the trim. There's the stabilizer trim right there. Aha! I'll trim a little aft there. Yeah, no, I did. So we did a bunch of maneuvers and stuff on Saturday. Stalls and whatnot, turns around a point, and some other stuff. And then on Monday, okay, cross this runway here. On Monday, we did an hour and a half of touch and goes, or stop and goes. So I did 8 total stop and goes. The winds were all over the place. Sometimes we had a left crosswind, sometimes we had a right crosswind. It's gusty. It was actually pretty difficult flying. But he seemed pleased with me, even if I wasn't pleased with myself. And I thought it went pretty well. I have another lesson scheduled on Sunday morning. Yeah, that'll probably be my last lesson in the Skyhawk, too. The flying club I was looking at joining was able to get clearance from their insurance company that I am indeed okay to train on their airplane. So that's pretty cool. And with that piece of information, I am going to join their club, and I'm going to fly their Cherokee. So, yeah. Our Cherokee, soon to be. I'm using X-Enviro right now, only because X-Plane was having some issues downloading the weather earlier. I have been banishing it off and on. Let's actually turn it off. Let's see if the X-Plane weather will function, because it was failing at downloading the weather earlier. No, don't do that. So let me see if it actually downloads. Okay, so it did. So I'm just gonna use the default stuff right now, because yeah, again, X-Enviro has been upsetting me lately, with its inability to handle wind changes. Okay, let's turn our controller back up. We are on the ground at Southwest Oregon Regional. Oscar Tango Hotel. Hold the park brake. Okay, so we're calling up Seattle Center. We are on the ground at North Bend. We're on the ground at Oscar Tango Hotel, let's say. And we're looking for an IFR up to Yakima. Who are we calling? Seattle Center. SeattleCenter.com 717 is on the ground at Oscar Tango Hotel, IFR to Yakima. I don't know, I haven't seen a lot from that team. Like, they did a whole bunch of updates there at the beginning, got some goodwill, and then they disappeared. So I have no idea if it's a dead project or what the deal there is. Yeah, Steve PHO, that's exactly what, and that's what happened the other night. Zine, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, sir. Falcons all look like the... I don't even... Kablu Chico, I'm not even gonna... I don't know what to say to that. Team T.E. Douglas, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Back up with an X-Enviro. Yeah, it needs a little bit of work. So we called and we got no response. SeattleCenter.com 717.
Go ahead.
.com 717 is the ground. Oscar Tango Hotel, looking for IFR to Yakima.
DOTCOM 717, clear to Yakima as filed. Climb, maintain, flight level 230. Departure frequency 121.4, squawk 6753.
The Yakima is filed. Departure flight level 230. Departure 121.4, squawk 6753, DOTCOM 717. We're ready to go.
DOTCOM 717, read back correct.
I got read back correct, but I missed the release time. DOTCOM 717.
DOTCOM 717 is released for departure at 2342 Zulu. Clearance void if not off by 2352 Zulu. If not off by 2352 Zulu, advises frequency no later than 5 minutes after your void time. With your intentions, frequency change is approved.
Okay, clear for departure and off by 2352. Frequency change approved. DOTCOM 717. We'll see you in a few.
Southwest 1426, descend via the Surfer 2, arrival San
1845.
Francisco, altimeter 3003.
1845. Squawk code is 6753. 6753. And we can go. Nope.
Reach on, reach on, reach on.
TARA there. Chevy Rule 727. Gear handle, he says. Not in this plane. Chevy, thank you very much for 4 months of support, sir. Cheers, my friend. I had dinner with Chevy last week. We met up in Manchester. Chevy's a lot taller than I was expecting. Okay, so let's see here. Cabin signs, body, blah. Okay, now it's just flying the airplane, so we got all this down. 1, 2, 3. Strobe. And get my departure chart up here. On departure, heading 280 until intercept the 253 radial to 1,300 feet, and then a right turn direct to North Bend. I need to set my altitude as well. We can do that on the way up here, though. 23. Okay. North Bend traffic challenges departing on the North Bend 6 runway 22 North Bend. Let's get out of here. Clock. Wait. Clock. Does that set the clock? That sets the clock. Oh yeah, that'll actually turn on when we start flying. Clear right. Clear left. Let's go flying. Engines up. Green, green, green. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Oh gosh, we're all over the place. V1, get the hell out of here. Positive rate gear. It'll pull the power back to a much more manageable level. Flight director is deceiving me. Oh, we need to intercept that radial. Crap. Well, you know what? There's 1,600 feet. So let's just make a right turn. We missed the radial, we missed the intercept. But we can make a right turn back to the OR. Boy, that all happened real quick. Kind of what I expected. And pop you up. OTH, direct. Nope. What? What? Oh boy. Yay! Hello, nose up. That's why you want 2 pilots in these planes. Alright, let's get speed to 250. And get myself turned for my direct. Put you on nav. I'd like to put you on V or LNAV. Go on LNAV. It's on localizer. I need it on LNAV. They're all things we could have figured out before we left, right? Okay. Well, I could fly it like this for now. And let's call departure up. Seattle Center.com 717 is climbing 7,003 or 7,400 flight level 230.
.com 717 center ident.
And ident.com 717. I don't know how to ident. Huh. Oh, nav source. There we go. So there's that. Go to nav. Let's get the autopilot on. This thing in flight change mode. And where's my damn ident button? I don't know how to ident on this plane. That's a problem. Put it in climb power for now, at least. I honestly don't know how to ident this thing. It should be right here, I'd think. But that doesn't do it. Radio, select transponder, hit the middle button. Radio.
.com 717, I didn't receive it. Try again.
Ah, there we just got it. .com 717.
.com 717, radar contact 58 miles southwest of the Eugene VOR.
Position check, 717. Well, that's why I wanted to do the quick flight first. Okay, after takeoff, now that we're way up here, landing gear's up, lights are out, flaps are in, indicated, and we'll go 1, 2, 3 on the lights. Okay. Thank you guys for telling me how to fly this plane. Because I do not know. That's why we do all checklist stuff too.
5x5.
Take off. Good, 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 good. We'll leave the hydro pumps on auto. Good, 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 good. And that's coming up soon. All right.
American 285, San Francisco clearance delivery. Clearance is on request. In the future, you can use your initial calls or radio check.
All right, 2902. Up we go. Rocket ship mode engaged. How are we doing? We'll climb it up to, get up to about Mach 0.72. Switch over to Mach mode. Then we'll make the transition. We should make it all the way to 41K. I'm confident. Confliction, good to see you, man. Elderly Racer, welcome aboard. KN Lamb, good to see you as well. The flight director was all over the place on that one. Eyes open, thank you very much for the tip there. Flight Logic, good to see you, Tyler. ZDJ, DEJ, good to see you. Happy Friday, guys. I think we got him. Tim Rodeo 314, welcome aboard, sir. Forget flying the plane. Controller asks you to ident. Ident, damn it. We're already up to 23,000 feet. Should get a frequency change here in a moment. power back with the level off here so we don't get too crazy.
DACOM 717, contact Seattle Center 135.15, so long.
3515, DACOM 717.
Southwest 1426, contact NorCal approach 135.65.
3515. Seattle Center, DACOM 717, flight level 230.
DACOM 717, Seattle Center, good afternoon, climb maintain, flight level 410.
Flight level 410, DACOM 717. And now we go. True rocket ship mode. Climb thrust. 41,000.
Southwest 1426, NorCal approach, expect the visual approach 28 left.
5,000 feet per minute, that's pretty legit, right? This plane's
American
insane.
285 is cleared to Los Angeles International Airport, Westlet 3 departure, eBay transition.
AK Pilot Dream, good to see you, man. G4, welcome aboard. Lost Kiwi, welcome aboard. Molten Core, welcome aboard. Happy Friday, guys. Flying Dutchman, good to see you. Yeah, next up, Tokyo, indeed. This thing could... I bet this plane could make it to Tokyo. I don't know what the... I don't know what the...
American 285, verify eBay
I don't actually know what the
what
the range of these things are. Corbett Scott, welcome to the Bid the Monk Club, sir. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. It's a Bay Gaming, good to see you. I don't get the title. It is a rocket. Yeah, no kidding. Switch over to mock mode here in just a moment. Like climbing over a thunderstorm or something. Might be a little concerning if we actually have to fly into this. I think we should have... I don't know, I think we... I don't remember if we figured out the traffic and all that stuff actually works in this or not. Let's go mock mode right there. Mach 0.72. And up we go. Still climbing at almost 3,000 feet per minute. Well on our way to 41,000 feet. Fire Frost, good to see you, man. Logan Malice 17, welcome aboard. How many GPH are we doing? Yeah, probably a lot. Let's see here. Pop up this guy, go to fuel. Oh yeah. 1,500, 3,000 pounds an hour right now. Not awful. Not completely terrible, that's for sure. 10,000 to go. Daedalus, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Austin McKenna, welcome aboard. Trying out the Zebo 737. I like it. It is very good.
1426, San Francisco Airport, 11 o'clock, 23
Got some
miles,
ginger
report inside.
syrup, and whiskey gingers has never been better. Interesting. I'm not a big ginger fan, so that's not really my thing. JFK Ramp, good to see you, man. Diva, good to see you. Anybody else we miss here? Yeah, all the GPH, according to Ian. And I believe it. All the GBHs shall be ours. It's raining against my window. Max speed is Mach 0.82. Yeah, we'll accelerate to max speed once we get up in altitude. This is just the speed that I'm using for climb. Gosh. So there's a bug right now that's going to be fixed in the next version of X-Plane that's supposed to fix this, like, discoloration issue.
San Francisco ground, do you have an airport diagram with you?
Uh-oh.
American 285 here, FMC report diagram. You'll note that Aztecs is in use at San Francisco. Need your transponder in altitude mode. Squawk in your assigned code, please.
Do you have an airport diagram with you? Those are words you don't ever want to hear. Why, yes, sir, I do have an airport diagram. I just chose not to look at it. Is that a problem? Am I going to stall this thing?
Southwest 1426, cleared visual approach, runway 28 left, maintain at about 4,000 until the shoreline.
I don't know what our minimum speed is. I'm assuming we're okay. As I'm seeing the thing kind of flutter a little bit, I'm like wondering if maybe I should go a little faster. You seem to fly more GA stuff than anything. Any reason for this? Just preference? I've flown a lot of liners over the years. I've just been preferring general aviation lately. I find it to be a little bit more... Oh, it's bumpy, that's why. I don't know, I find it to be just a little bit more interesting, a little more fun. And there's also been some, you know, a lot of GA products that have come out lately. There haven't been a lot of new airliners coming out. So yeah, no, I like GA. I like general aviation, man. Like I just think it's, in a lot of ways, I think it's more interesting than the airliners. This little shake and shimmy's got me kind of worried, though. Goldsy, good to see you, man. Goldsy, I hear you got some visitors coming up on Sunday. One day IXEG will get, yeah, IXEG will get an update. X and Viral will get an update. Any number of other add-ons and modifications may get updates one of these days. You're looking for an excuse to fly 727 and 11. Yeah, that 727 will be coming up. I think we're going to do the Dash 8 Q400 next week. But I really haven't decided yet. Good Lord. So we are 13 minutes into the flight, and we have made it to 41,000 feet. We'll set our cruise speed here. We'll do Mach 0.80. Kind of speed up a bit here. What is our This is insane. We are going so fast right now. I'm curious to see what we end up at here. Actually, we can do Mach, go a little faster. It's not that we're not seeing a lot of bumps and whatnot. Let's do Mach 0.81. Now, this plane does not have an auto throttle. It has a Mach hold mode that I've never been able to get to work properly. But we will see what we can do. 0.81. We're going to try to steady up our speed here.
Southwest 1426,
as best as we can.
Tower 120.5.
Retard.
Scooby-Doo! 1558, thank you very much.
17, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Flight level 240, my discretion, .com 717. Alright, so let me write that down. Scooby-Doo, 1558, thank you very much for your support, sir. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Cheers, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Pull that power way back.
Southwest 1426, San Francisco Tower, runway 28 left, cleared to land.
Now, let's see if there's any chance this works. I have never gotten this Mach hold mode to work properly. I can't remember how to engage it now. There's a button over here for it. And Mach hold right there. Mach hold on. So right now it's green. It will probably change to white at some point. But let's see what it ends up doing here. Yeah, there the engine's trying to spool itself up, and there it goes. It's gone. We already lost Mach hold. Like, it is the most... I don't know if it's that way in the real plane. It is the most useless feature ever. Okay, so we're cleared down to 24,000 feet at our discretion. Currently we are... 156 miles out of Yakima. We want to be probably down to... I'm going to say we're going to want to be about 5,000 feet or so by the time we get to the Yakima VOR. At the very least, probably less than that. What's the altitude of Yakima? Uh, 1,100 feet. So, with crap all around it, let's plan for about 5,000 feet at Yakima. So, if we think about that, and we do some math, so I'm going to embrace my inner rush here. Okay, clear that. Okay, so we're 41. We need to go down to 5. That's a difference of 36. So we have to descend 36,000 feet. If we take that times 3, we get a pretty big number that I'm not sure I can. 108 miles. So it's going to take us about 108. Let's say 120 miles out. We need to start our descent here. So 120 miles out. We're going to start the descent. Currently, we are just about 120 now. So that's about 120 right there.
Reach on.
So I'm going to go ahead and start down. XP Aviator. XP Aviator's here for 2 months now. Thank you very much for your continued support, sir. Cheers, my friend. You're a good man. Scooby-Doo's from the Mile High area. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and put ourselves into mock mode. Flight change.
1426 exit left. Join Alpha to the ramp. Remain this frequency.
I should set the altitude to 24,000. 24,000. Go to flight change. We'll go ahead and pull those engines back to idle. We'll see about what that. We'll see what it gives us. We're looking for about 2,000 feet per minute on the descent rate here. I'm hoping we can get 2,000 feet per minute. Otherwise, it's going to be interesting. I suppose we'll see. We're only getting 1,000 feet per minute right now. That could be a problem. Right now we're using stock textures. I have X Enviro turned off at the moment. So this is all stock. I mean, obviously I still have the ortho and all that stuff on the ground, but yeah, all the environmental, all the clouds and whatnot are stock X-plane. Captain Keelholder, good to see you, man. It's going pretty well, dude. Mach hole doesn't work well in real life. Got it. I'm not going to modify it. I mean, I have no problem futzing around with the throttle myself. It's not a big deal. I'm doing well, Miles, man. How are you? Stu QPR, welcome aboard. A real rush would draw on the sim. That's true. Does XP show pilot's glory? Halo things form around a plane shadow against a cloud? I don't think so. I do not think so. Pilot Brandon, good to see you, man. We answered that question. DVS2, welcome aboard. How is the wine main coming along? We're going to find out this weekend. Sunday is going to be bottling day for the wine. Or re-rack and then bottle and like, it's basically a work day for the wine. So I'll let you know next week how the wine turned out. I'll probably tweet about it too. How much disk space I use in Ortho for XP? Right now I have a terabyte of Ortho. Captain McGee, welcome aboard. JPA FSC, welcome aboard. Have I seen the concept for circular runways? I have, and I think it's kind of stupid. Well, this could be a problem, guys. We're not descending very fast. I might have to pull some speed brake here. Let's do that. Hang our head in shame. That's going to get us to go down. paltry as those things may be. I need to get lower. I need to get the indicated speed up so I can get myself out of Mach mode and try to get a little bit more descent rate out of this thing. But if we didn't do that, we might just end up blowing past everything and not making it. As it stands, we still may overshoot the descent here. Swall 212, it's using the default FMC for X-Plane. Got some scenery loads coming in. So it's using all the default stuff, which works pretty well. I don't have any issues with the new default. Happy Pilot 1, good to see you, man. It's going well. How are you doing? 44846 is here from Australia. G'day. Got a couple Australian guys in here today. At least we have had. I don't know if our Scarebus pilot's still around. One second here. All right. Okay, 3,000 feet per minute, still going down pretty good. That's what she said. Let's get our speed. Let's do speed to IAS. And we'll set that for 280. I'll go ahead and pull my speed brakes back in. We'll see if that'll let us continue on our way down. A nice rate of descent here. I'm not sure. We might still have to keep those speed brakes out. But we will see what happens. Look at the beautiful stock clouds. Honestly, the stock stuff looks pretty good. And they run really well. Like, it runs super, super, super well now. I still like some of the atmospheric stuff that X-Enviro does. But like I mentioned earlier, X-Enviro is completely screwing the pooch on my all my winds as we're coming in. And so, yeah, I'm just not using it. XP Aviator, good to see you, man. Scareboss is still here. Nice, dude. What do we got? 3,000 feet per minute at Mach 0.792. I know. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep those speed brakes out, even if it's just 1/4. I'll try to keep that nose down there. Otherwise, we are not gonna make it down. Plane's slippery.
Retard.
Rying87, Rying87, thank you very much for your support, sir. Cheers, my friend. Your continued support. I appreciate it. Did I see the P3D PMDG drama? No, I haven't read about any drama lately. Anything juicy? Anything good? What a livery. Yeah, it is a pretty good looking one. Kind of like that. I went through the list of liveries, and this one was pretty unique, so I was like, all right, I don't know where M Clab is from, but it looks neat. Casper is chasing the plane, yep. The friendliest ghost in town. I forget how much fun this plane is. I say that about a lot of planes, but this one especially is kind of unique. All right, that's not going to do it either. We're going to go all the way back to half. We're idling, like, idle is 55% in one. That seems high. That seems very high. But hey, what do I know? It is a beautiful morning. Somebody asked for a sunrise flight. So I'm like, all right, we could do that. We've done sunset flights in the past. Matt Davies sent an email to Lockheed asking to charge a license fee for add-on products. They said they don't. PMDG's charging way more for P3D products. Well, sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate for the consumer because they're the ones who lose in this whole thing, but it is what it is, I guess. I've been streaming, getting okay frames, wanted to watch some video, frames recorded slower than they actually were. For instance, my encoder being slow. You want to speed it up. The only way to speed up your encoder is to use a different encoder setting, use a lower frame rate, a lower resolution, or find a way to open up more CPU cycles. Yeah, getting the encoder and getting all that stuff to work it's kind of an art form in and of itself.
DOTCOM 717, Connex Seattle Center 132.6.
132.6, DOTCOM 717. 32.6. We'll talk about the encoder more here in a second, though. Seattle Center, DOTCOM 717, flight level 260, flight level 240.
DOTCOM 717, Seattle Center, good afternoon. Cross 30 miles southwest of the Yakima VOR to maintain 11,000.
Cross 30 miles southwest Yakima, 11,000, DOTCOM 717.
The DOTCOM 717, the Yakima altimeter 3026.
26. Okay, let's continue down to 11,000 feet. I'm guessing the fixed rings are not going to work on this one, but let's give it a shot here. So YKM. And give me a circle at...
Number 2, Romeo Alpha, Seattle, clearance delivery, clearance and request.
30. Oh, there we go. So, if we look at the default FMC here, this is pretty cool too. I like the fact that this is now supported. We have a distance ring. This distance ring is 30 miles. This is when we have to be 11,000 feet. So as it currently stands, we are not going to make it. So I'm going to give it more. Let's go 3/4 on the speed brakes here. And we're going to try to line our pink banana bar up with the green circle that's just been drawn around the Yakima VOR. So that's going to be pretty close right there. And so that's just done using the fixed functionality in the default FMC here. Pretty useful. I think I even used it the last flight we did. So yeah, it's all because your captain doesn't know how to properly plan a descent.
Departure, radar vector, Seattle, and then as filed. Climb and maintain 3,000. Expect 1
those
to
speed brakes
1,000,
are pathetic too.
Departure. Seattle departure frequency 120.4, squawk 6532.
I mean, I thought it was public knowledge that Lockheed didn't actually charge licensing fees. Like I've had a number of people tell me that in the past. But I mean, if people want to pay for it, people are gonna pay whatever PMDG asks. Like you hear people talk about PMDG all the time in regards to X-Plane. Like, it doesn't have PMDG, so it sucks. Well, if you want PMDG, you're gonna pay PMDG prices, and if you don't want to pay PMDG prices, then you're not getting PMDG. Just kind of how it goes. You want a premium product, that's what you're gonna do. So. But I thought it was public knowledge that that Lockheed didn't charge extra, like they didn't charge licensing fees. Like, how could they? If they charge licensing fees, it would be in the agreement because anybody can develop add-ons for that simulator. So those agreements would be public. But who knows? Swag Gamer, welcome aboard. Hello from YouTube, finally caught a stream. Glad to have you here, man. Happy Friday, sir. Fire Frost will definitely be live next Friday. Outside of that, I'm not really sure. I can't make a lot of promises. Depends on how my week goes. Uncooked Bacon 13, good to see you, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like the whole Apple argument too. Jay Dugan 4859. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your support. It's like the whole Apple argument, man. You want to use Apple products, you're gonna pay Apple prices for those products. And if you want to use PMDG, you're gonna pay PMDG prices for the products. Like, that's just kind of unfortunate. That's just how it goes. And people will continue paying all that money. You know, they charge, what, like $140 for the 747? I bet, you know, I'm sure 10,000 people ran out and bought that thing. Broad AG, good to see you. Unfortunately, it's happening some in the X-Plane community too. Like, I've heard rumors of what developers are planning to charge, and we've seen, you know, firsthand what they are charging. PMDG coming over definitely raised the prices of all of our add-ons because they proved that people will pay the money for it. And we are almost down. Let's grab the Yakima weather while we're at it. This was a quick flight to get up there. 1209er, gust 17. 10 mile visibility, few clouds, 9,000, 19 Celsius, altimeter 3024. Okay, we got that. Coming up on 9,000 feet here, or 11,000 feet, I should say. We'll give it a little more gas in a moment. Gonna get my landing lights, or all my lights on.
November 44, Gulf Bravo, Seattle Center. Squawk 1742.
A little bit of a cloud layer here. That shouldn't affect us too much, though. There's 11,000 feet. Go ahead and pull our speed brakes in.
DACOM 717, connect Chinook approach 123.8 today.
Chinook approach 123.8, DACOM 717. 23.8. Approach DACOM 717, 11,000 with the weather at Yakima.
DACOM 717, Chinook approach, good afternoon. The Yakima altimeter 3024, expect the visual approach runway 9er.
24, visual 9er, DACOM 717.
Number 2, Romeo Alpha, Seattle ground, runway 34, center, taxi via
Corbett,
Quebec.
Scott, what yoke, pedal, and throttle set do you recommend? It depends on what your budget is. If you have no budget,
DACOM 717, descend to maintain 8,700.
8,700, DACOM 717. 1,700. So let's pull the speed back. Let's go speed 250. Set ourselves down in vertical speed mode. Start off with 1,000 feet per minute here until we get below 250. And we go a little faster than that. So yeah, so as far as yoke, pedal, throttle set, it depends on what your budget is. If you want to spend the most amount of money and get the most bang for your buck,
November 723, Bravo,
you want to
Alpha,
get
Portland.
the Thrustmaster
Clearance
HOTAS
delivery,
Warthog.
clearance,
The
correction,
Thrustmaster Warthog. Without question, the highest quality, best built, the single best thing that you can get for a HOTAS. As far as the pedals go, honestly, dude, just get some SciTech pedals. Like, the pedals, unless you're doing a lot of like hardcore helicopter flying, then you want to get something like the crosswind pedals.
Turn left heading 340.
Left 340, DACOM 717. Damn it. 340 heading mode. So if you're doing like some hardcore helicopter piloting, then you might want to go looking to get something like the crosswinds.
Approach Cessna 183 Sierra Papa is 30 miles south of Yakima with the numbers inbound full stop.
Yeah, I would say like the Thrustmaster Warthog
November
HOTAS. Thrustmaster has a budget
Bravo,
stick that
radar
they're selling now.
contact.
It's like
Cleared to the
T16,000.
Santa
There's
Monica
100
Airport
or
as
16,000M, I want to say.
Flight level
It's
230.
got a lot of the same equipment in it that the Warthog does. I've heard good things about it. I've never seen it or used it myself. There's the SciTech X56, which honestly is okay. I have an X55. It's fine. It does the job. You know, it does HOTAS things. And it does them
2,
fine.
Romeo Alpha, runway 34, center.
I have the SciTech Combat rudder pedals that I'm totally happy with. I haven't had any issues with them. They've got a little bit of noise, a little bit of kind of jiggle to them. So if you're doing super accurate stuff, then you may not want to use them.
Are you looking for flight following inbound to Yakima?
But
that's affirmative.
Yeah, that's sort of my recommendation.
2124.
Recon.
Fort Sith, good to see you, man.
Recon.
It's going well, dude. Happy Friday.
DACOM 717, Yakima Airport, 1 o'clock, 13 miles, report inside.
We'll keep an eye out for it, DACOM 717. 3 o'clock, 10 miles. We got nothing, man. Nothing. Addons Games, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. We're looking for an airport out there somewhere. Gonna be like 2 o'clock. I'm gonna just ask for an ILS or something. 'Cause I don't think we get in that airport.
November
Suddenly
2
clears
Romeo
up.
Alpha, contact Seattle departure. Number 44 Golf Bravo, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
Approach .com 717. We're still flying through kind of a soupy layer here, and we're having negative contact in the airport.
November 2 Romeo Alpha, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb maintain 1000.
Nothing. No airport.
.com 717, roger. The lowest I can get you in that area there is going to be 8,700 for the minimum vectoring altitude. I can get you in on an instrument approach if you'd prefer.
Yeah, can you just set me up for the, I think it's an ILS for 27 for .com 717?
.com 717, roger. Yakima reporting wind 120 at 9er gust 17. Expect the ILS 27.
Okay, we'll expect that .com 717.
We're 44 Golf Bravo, Seattle Center, climb
Interesting.
maintain,
Okay.
250.
1209er gust 17. That's going to be
183 Sierra Papa's radar contact.
not
2
ideal
miles
for
south
us.
of the Yakima Airport, altimeter 3024.
3024 Yakima, 30 Papa.
Well, it doesn't really matter which, so we definitely would rather have the other runway. But if I get down there, I can request a circle over to 6. All I gotta do is be able to see that airport. It's the thing. There is no circling. Oh, there's no circle approach on here? Really? Crap.
.com 717, do you want the ILS Zulu or Yankee approach?
Stand by.
And also let me know whether you'd like to fly the full procedure of vectors. We're 2 Romeo Alpha, turn right, heading 100 vectors to Victor 298.
Okay, let's try this.
We're 723 Bravo Alpha, verify your destination again is Yakima. We're 723 Bravo Alpha, roger. Portland departure frequency 124.35, squawk 3314. Maintain VFR conditions that are below 3,500.
Approach .com 717. We'd like to request the RNAV GPS Whiskey runway 27, and we'll get a circle when we get down there, 717.
We're 723 Bravo Alpha, I'm sorry, you were stepped on. Verify squawk 3314. 723 Bravo Alpha, readback is correct, thank you. .com 717, second approach request.
Request the RNAV GPS Whiskey runway 27, circle runway 6. Or 9, sorry, circle runway 9.
.com 717, roger. Fly heading 100 vector final approach course.
100 vector final approach course. .com 717. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly a. So there's a couple ILS approaches we could have taken in there. Those are not ideal for me. They're not giving me circling. Right now the winds are 1209 gust 17. I don't really want that off my tail.
Join Victor 298. Resume on navigation.
So what we're gonna do is set ourselves up for an RNAV Whiskey coming in from the southeast. and we're going to plan to circle runway 9er once we get down and get within visual. So the minimums on this for the circling approach are going to be 900 feet
Alpha, Seattle departure.
AGL. And I have a feeling that's going to get us low enough to be able to see this airport.
Number 2 Romeo Alpha, again, turn right heading 130.
In fact, we might even catch this airport on the way around.
Navigation.
But that's the plan here, so let's get set up for this. Departing and arriving Yakima on the RNAV Whiskey 27. And not marked, not sunned. Where the hell's Sella at? Not Sella. But just execute that. Alright, so there's a final approach course coming in. Let's do legs up here. OPSI is going to be the most likely candidate for a direct, so let's go direct OPSI. Not in database. Yeah, I know that. OPSI. Really? OP. OPIS. Oops. PISE. Piece. Execute that. Okay. So we're good there. Okay. That was exciting. Just kind of have to figure things out and kind of think on the fly there. I was not happy with my options for the ILS because I need to be able to circle, and the only approach that has circling minimums listed that I can fly is this RNAV Whiskey. So, yeah. We cool. We got it. We good. How do I set MDA? Refs. Here we go. Minimums. 900 is at our minimum. Hope that don't work. 900 is the minimum. There we go. And we're going to plan for an approach speed of, let's say, 117 knots is our VREF. .117 knots is our VREF. All right. That was fun.
Yeah, Chinook approach, Sedgman 183 Sierra Papa, Yakima's in sight.
You guys aren't even paying attention.
183
T-Craft, good to see you, man. Dom 2146, welcome aboard, guys. Chase, welcome aboard.
For 183 Sierra Papa, radar services are terminated. Squawk, VFR.
Get ready, descents in this airspace aren't pretty.
Towers approved.
Great.
Radar services terminated. I'll squawk VFR and over to tower. 183
Start
Sierra
bringing my
Papa.
speed back here. Get 210 knots in the terminal area. I think we're pretty well set for this approach, though. Uber, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday, sir. Chase KLVK right there is our approach controller. He's the one we're off here pissing off. Yeah, this airport is pretty. This airport's pretty crazy. I would have actually liked to have tried the RMP. I'm not sure if this thing will do an RMP or not. I wasn't about to try it right now. There's two
November 73 Bravo.
two RMP approaches that come in here that are pretty cool looking.
Cross 21.
But yeah, we'll do that. We'll try those another day. Still nothing out there. Flying through some restricted airspace right now. Uh-oh, crap.
November 183
speed,
Sierra Papa,
speed.
Yakima Tower, good afternoon, and a right downwind runway 9er.
MJH Boss, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard. Yeah, the Carinata thing is another story altogether. I don't really know how I feel about their whole shtick, but it gives me a reason to not upgrade my Carinata planes. We're gonna be trimming the we'll be trimming our hangar pretty significantly. Josh J. Gibbs, good to see you, Josh. Happy Friday, man. Welcome aboard, sir. You guys think PMDG is good? FS Labs A320 is way beyond anything PMDG have done. That comes from a real-world A320 pilot, by the way. So if he's saying it's good, it must be good. Blake C71, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Mick Shiggity Pilot. Can you talk about... talk a bit about Flight Sim Comedy, get a chance to do updates recently. Great interview last week. Yeah, so there's not been really any updates. Basically, the stuff that we talked about last week, I did a stream with Jeff, or did a video and a stream with Jeff on, I think, Tuesday, and it went out Wednesday. We talked a little bit more about stuff, but it's pretty much what we covered on Tuesday. So, Saturday morning, there's going to be a panel that myself and Aerosim Gaming, Jeff Faviano, Keith Smith, maybe one or two of the people are going to be on, talking about live streaming. I will be running a booth along with some other streamers up in the second floor area next to PilotEdge. We will be streaming live from that booth and pretty much available for meet and greet questions and just kind of hanging out the whole time. I think we're going to plan a formal meet and greet time, like be at the booth at this time to come by, say hi, and meet whomever happens to come in town. As far as who's going to be there and whatnot, we're still kind of working out those details. I got a good idea of who's going to be there, but I don't know for certain. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Cirrus Max, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday, Max. Welcome aboard, sir. Jack Halper, welcome aboard.
Turn right heading 200, descend to maintain 5,700.
200, 5,700.com 717. 200, 5,700. Flight change. Go vertical speed. Let's get the speed back to 180. What's our first notch of flaps at? 210. Do one notch flaps. This is all going to happen real fast.
Retard.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Music Man, for sure. Dan, thank you very much for 3 months of support, sir. Cheers, my friend. Dan, have you been streaming much lately? I don't think I've seen you live for a while. Do any of you have the Blue Sky Star Sound Pack A320 XP11? I do not. Not yet. Haze layer is very real, yeah. We're going to assume towers next, 3325. $33.25, get that ready to go. And not 600, but 700.
DOCOM 717, 3.5 miles from Zudax. Turn right heading 240, maintain 3,700 until established on the final approach course. Cleared RNAV Whiskey, runway 27 approach, circle land, runway 9er.
Retard.
3,700 till established. Cleared RNAV Whiskey 27, circled runway 9er, DOCOM 717. Do that. Go back into nav mode.
Or 183 Sierra Papa Yakima Tower, runway 9er, clear to land, wind 120 at 9er, gust 17.
Get the speed brakes back, get the speed down.
Number 2 Romeo Alpha, contact Seattle Center, 126.6.
Get myself the next notch of flaps here. I can go flaps 20. That should give me enough drag. Okay, let's get ourselves down to approach speed. Approach speed, VREF is 117. Gust component is...
For 73 Bravo Alpha, Portland Tower,
so we'll
runway
say
10 left.
127.
And or 73 Bravo Alpha, Portland Tower. Looks like you're holding short 10 left at Tango, is that correct?
Oaks is next. Oaks is 2,900 feet or above. Need those speed brakes out in a big way.
Okay, November 73 Bravo Alpha,
Here.
that's the full length for runway 10 left for you.
Pull those suckers in now. Flaps full.
November 723 Bravo Alpha, roger. Runway 10 left at Tango, cleared for takeoff. The wind 08013 left crosswind approved.
Okay. URF 117, go around 123. Lean by 170.
November 2 Romeo Alpha, Seattle Center, roger. The Yakima altimeter 3024.
Keep her going, keep her going, keep that descent going.
.com 717, contact Yakima Tower 133.25, good day.
3325.com 717, see it. Still got no runway here. Yakima Tower.com 717, RNAV Whiskey 27, Circle 9.
.com 717, Yakima Tower, good afternoon. Continue approach, advise when you have the field.
Continue approach advised 717. Our minimums are 1,980 feet.
Portland Tower, 723 Bravo Alpha. We just had an engine stall here, so I'm going to have to ask for a few minutes to sort this out.
723 Bravo Alpha, roger. Did you move past the whole shoreline?
Negative 3 Bravo Alpha.
723 Bravo Alpha, roger. Hold position, advise when you're ready to proceed.
Okay, there's our
Affirmative, 3
minimums.
Bravo Alpha.
This is where we sit until we get the field. That's got to be it right there.
Minimums.
Or 183 Sierra Papa, exit left next taxiway, join Alpha to the ramp, remain this frequency.
Holy cow, dude, are you kidding
Okay,
me?
I'll exit left at the next and Alpha to the ramp, and I'll stay with you. Have a good
Oh,
one.
we
3
descended
Sierra
way
Papa.
too early there. Whoops.
Minimums.
I buggered that up. Altitude alert. I think that's a field. Whoops. Crap. Oh god, speed. There's the field.
Portland Tower, North American 723 Bravo Alpha is ready at 10 left. We got things under control.
723 Bravo Alpha, roger. Runway 10 left at Tango, clear for takeoff. Left crosswind departure approved.
What is
10
that?
left at Tango.
There we go.
Crosswind approved.
Autopilot off my airplane.
Clear for takeoff. 3 Bravo Alpha.
Yakima Tower.com 717 has a field.
.com 717, roger. Circle south of field, right downwind, runway 9er.
Circle south of field, right down runway 9er.com 717. Obstacle. Man. That got way more interesting than it should have been. Okay, gear down 3 green, flaps down, set. I don't think we have an auto brake to arm. So we could go do this. Then gear down 3 green, nose wheel light on. Flaps are set, CAS is checked. We're going a lot slower than we need to be right now, but I'm okay with that. I didn't need to configure myself quite so quickly. K-State fan, good to see you, man. Who put that hill in the circuit?
723 Bravo Alpha, radar contact.
I know.
Maintain VFR conditions that are below 3,500, say altitude.
1,503 Bravo Alpha.
It's pretty, though. Beautiful approach here. Okay. Yeah, we pretty much got a 9 knots off the tail right there. And gusts to 17, so I would not have wanted to land with that. I mean, certainly could have. As Josh would say, grow some hair on the peaches. Hexlow, good to see you, man. Danger Edit, welcome aboard. There's a beam. Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop watching catstrator and sniff glue. Got to P3D, take it easy, man. You're leaving right now?
Yakima 717, runway 9er, cleared to land. The wind 120 at 9er, gust 27. Correction, gust 17.
Clear to land, runway 9er, .com 717. Alright. We're a little bit on the low side.
In Portland Tower 3 Bravo Alpha, I wanted to confirm that we're cleared for a right turn eastbound.
723 Bravo Alpha on course approved.
3 Bravo Alpha, roger.
Ooh, there's the runway.
$500.
Cross check. Alright, down we go. Gear, flaps, clearance, runway, good.
And November 723 Bravo Alpha, verify you are going to be headed eastbound.
That's affirmative
100.
eastbound. My chart's showing Yakima.
Reach on.
20.
723
10.
Bravo Alpha, affirmative. I'm just curious as to why you're headed west.
Okay, we are down.
Well, I'm showing
Decel.
090 heading.
Reverser's out.
Perhaps I've got something wrong.
Spoilers
here.
out.
3 Bravo Alpha. Give me a second to check things out.
November 723 Bravo Alpha, I'm indicating you on about a 230 track. Contact Portland departure now 124.35.
It's braking.
2435 3 Bravo Alpha.
Our flaps in. We'll head down to the McCormick Air Center.
.com 717, welcome to Yakima, exit left, join Alpha to the terminal, remain this frequency, we'll see you.
Exit left, Alpha Terminal, .com 717, your frequency. We'll see you in a few. Okay, that's transient. We're going to head all the way down to the McCormick Air Center. All the way down there appears to be the FBO. Oops. And after takeoff, probes off. Windshield off or as required. Anti-ice off. Flaps are in. Lights transponders are set. Transponder is going to stay on.
For 723 Bravo Alpha,
Great.
Portland departure, roger, the altimeter 3008. Altitude is at your own discretion, and just for your information here, you're showing about a 250 heading. If you're going to head back east, you can exit to left.
Okay.
In the other direction.
I was pretty happy with that. A little easier without the 50-knot crosswind. Yeah, no kidding. Bug Eater, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Yeah, I was happy with that landing. It was that turned out pretty well.
Alpha, VFR altitude at your own discretion.
We're coming down here next to this FedEx plane.
November 2 Romeo Alpha, contact Chinook approach 123.8.
Such a neat little plane. Like this thing is just bonkers fun to fly. It goes on sale all the time, like for 20 bucks or less. I highly recommend picking this guy up. We are going to do one more flight. It's going to be a little bit longer than the last one. Well, it's going to be longer in distance. Time-wise, maybe not because of all the vectors we had to take there.
2 Romeo Alpha, Chinook approach.
Kind of got sent all over the place.
3024, expect the visual runway 9er.
Here is the air center over here. Pop our way in there. What were we? 58 minutes, not bad. The big engines and the tiny thing, yeah, dude. No kidding. Little plane go fast. Let's grab this outside spot here. And park it. All right. Pull you. Turn him off. Let's go to chocks brake set. Nose wheel steering off. Engine bleeds off. Engine run switches. Actually, let's bring electrical power out here. Run switches off. Hydraulics will just... Usually we'll turn them off. Turn those off. Gust lock on. Pit lighting. Good. APU shut down. Air source off, 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 off. Leave all that stuff on. We're just going to turn this plane. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Yakima Airport. It's not Yakima. Yakima Air Terminal McAllister Field in Chinook Approach. That was cool. That was fun. We're going to do it again. We're not going to do that one again. We're going to fly down to Lake Tahoe next. So here's what'll happen. You guys know the drill. I'm going to step away for a couple minutes here. I'm going to go get some more water, stretch the legs, take a leak, all that good stuff. And then we'll be back in a few minutes, and we will set up and get ready for flight number 2. Taking us all the way down to lovely the lovely Tahoe area. Forget the name of the airport. Truckee. We're going to Truckee next. Old untowered airport. So, guys, we'll be if you're taking off, thank you. If you are taking off, thank you very much for joining me. If you are sticking around, we will see you in a few minutes. Get the damn beacon off. There we go. Yeah. All right, be right back. No replay on that one. 'Cause then if I replay it, then I have to start the whole thing. Like I have to go through the whole process of getting the plane back online. I'm gonna put the plane in turn state and then we'll go. Be right back.
Retard, retard, retard.
Scottsdale Thug. Right on the landing there. And the award for the best use of checklist goes to Ty Catstrator Shop. Thank you for the streams. Put this Amazon money to good use. Scottsdale, thanks for the continued support, man. If you're still here. And Possum 1, 2 great months, he says, even though he's here for 3. Thank you very much for your support, Possum. Or no, he's on his 3rd. Appreciate it, man. All right. Do some flight planning here. I'll turn this off for a few minutes.
Retard, retard, retard. Retard, retard, retard.
I think we're going to have to strap on our big boy pants. Holy crap. Well, let's give it a go. What do you say? Oh, you guys, oh yeah, DME arc? We got this. Gubsy? Gonna go there. Let's come all the way to the end. Let's figure out how we're gonna get in. Uh, 0105, and we're gonna want to land on 1-1 or 2-9er. So let's plan for 1-1. Awega. So we need to go to Awega. Alright. Just a spot of flight planning here before we get going. No easy way to get to Awega. The closest high. Okay, so if we take Jet 5 down to Pyram, that looks good. How do we get onto Jet 5 then? We don't. We'll go Powell. I'll figure this out. Going south is tough. That's what she said. That's going way out of my way. Just go that direct. Should be okay. There's no restrictions or anything to care about, so that's what we'll do.
Retard,
so we'll fly that crazy ass departure. Gromo 4. Gromo 4. to Gubsy. Victor 25 to LTJ. Direct Powell. J5 to Pyram. Direct Awega. And then we'll plan for the RNAV GPS 11 coming in. I like it. I like it. All right, put in 4 flight. I still prefer SkyVector for doing my flight planning. Like, I just don't find 4 flight to be all that great for the kind of planning I'm doing right now. Gubsy, Victor 25. Nope. LTJ. Direct Powell. Juliet 5. Pyram. Awega. Yeah. We're good. Let's file that sucker. We are headed to the... Oh. Technically, we're headed to the west, but we're going to be flying east on this airway. All right. IFR altitudes. I don't think I can do 40. Is this the one I want? No. There we go. Three 135. I don't know. IFR altitudes RVSM. That's the one I want right there. 22364. So we can do 400. So we'll plan for 40,000 feet. Okay. IFR. Let's get rid of you. DCM 717. We're going to be a CL30. Slant Lima. And for 450 knots. KYKM. Heading down to... KTRK. KTRK. Planning for 40,000. And Gubsy. Oh, no. We want to put that actual departure in there. The Gromo 4, which is going to kick our ass. It's going to absolutely blow my mind here trying to fly this thing. Gromo 4, Gubsy, Victor 25, LTJ, Direct Powell, J5, Pyram, Direct Awega, and then Truckee. File that. All right. Captain Bill's build a PC while you watch. It's good. Awesome, dude. Oxbox, welcome aboard. Why did I just do that? All flight levels are out about 410. Got it. All right. We're back. Clock Monkey, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Confliction, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers to you as well. Thank you guys both. Jay Wang says, been trying to do my own streams for the past month. So far, it's more fun to watch than fly my own. Understandable, man. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate 4 months, Mr. Wang. Cheers, my friend. You going to Flight SimCon this year? I recall you went last year, too. Angry Pilot, welcome aboard. Pilot Meister, welcome back, sir. Professor Jedi, happy Friday. Anybody else we miss here? Calrack, welcome aboard. Was there a shark fin that went by? Wouldn't surprise me. How do you connect 4 flight to X-Plane? Good question. I will show you that. Go to your settings. Go to... Oh, God. Hang on. Let me remember where this is at. Go to Network. Go to iPhone and iPad. And then just say broadcast to all copies. And then when 4 flight pops up, it'll get picked up here. And off you go. So settings, network, iPhone, iPad. Blah, blah, blah. J. Civilum. Civillum? JC Villum, I'm going to say. Good to see you. Sendero, welcome aboard, Mike. Happy Friday, sir. Good to see you. Okay. Let's go get our ass kicked. I'm not looking forward to this departure, I will say. First thing we want to do is call up clearance. Find out what we're going to fly. And 121.9er for clearance. Let's take ourselves out of that. 21.9er. Let's see if we got Dan in Vermont. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday, Dan. Okay, .com 717. Yakima to Truckee. Yakima clearance, .com 717, IFR, Truckee.
.com 717, Yakima clearance, cleared to the Truckee Airport, Gromo 4 departure, Gubsy transition, that is filed. Maintain 10,000, squawk 2552.
Clear to the Truckee Airport, Gromo 4, Gubsy as filed. 10,000 on departure. Squawk 2552, .com 717.
.com 717, read back correct. Welcome aboard.
It's good to see you.
It is good to see you. Happy Friday. Have we checked all the boxes? Did I miss any?
I think we're good, yeah. I think we got it.
All right, that's a wrap.
Toodles. I can keep going if we have to. Got Keith controlling tonight. We don't get Keith controlling very often, which means that my flight's probably just gotten more interesting. Okay, so we got cleared exactly what we filed. So let's come on down to the FMC here.
4 Tango Delta, Chinook approach is going to be crushed that he doesn't get to speak to you. Frequency change approved.
Have a good day, Baron 4 Tango Delta.
Chris is up there in the Baron. All right, let's go to the flight plan, is it? Yep. KYKM. And we're heading down to KTRK.
North American 3 Bravo Alpha, your timer starts
Departing
now.
runway 27, we're going to plan, or runway 9er. Gromo 4 to Gubsy. Okay. And I want to see the Gromo 4. I was not looking at the Gromo 4 from that direction. Oh, it's essentially the same thing. And I'm going to say, oh, it has the arc. Guys, it's got the freaking arc in the, yes. I love you, new X-Plane FMC. I love you so much. It has the arc programmed in for me, so I don't have to fly the arc. I might try to fly the arc anyway, just because I think it's good practice. But let's one thing at a time here. Okay. It's good news. It's real good news. Okay, Gubsy. And from there, we're going to take Victor 25. Take that down to LTJ. J. And then Powell. And then J5. Take that to Pyram. And then Awega. And happy with that. Execute that. Get people and fuel in here. Flight time today is going to be
Retard.
right around
Retard.
2 hours, I'm sure.
Retard.
A little less than 2 hours, probably. Wait and balance. A Wicker 18. A Wicker 18, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Cheers, my friend. A Wicker, if you're who I think you are, I have definitely been in your streams before, and they're kind of hilarious. Oh dear. Welcome aboard, though. It's good to see you. I will put 3 hours of gas in there. And we'll say not a lot of payload, not a lot of people in. So our total weight's going to be 33.2. 33.2 thousand pounds. That's going to put our... All right. Done there. Apply changes. Come down here. Refs. Okay. 33.2 is going to put VREF at 117. 117. The rotate is 120. And V2 is 130, 127. Okay, good there. 2, 3. Happy with the refs. Initial speed is going to be 137 knots. Why is my bug moving? Put ourselves in nav mode on the FMS. Good with that. Okay, we're going up to 10,000 feet. And we will go flight change. Okay, 137. Actually, you know what? I lied again. We're going to do vertical speed. Vertical speed 2,000 feet per minute. 137, 2,000 feet per minute. Not up, but down. Or not down, but up. Up to 10,000 feet. Happy there. Glare shield is now set. FMC has been set up and configured. 2552 in the box. We'll go ahead and squawk Charlie. Let's grab the weather. Let's get the engine started. Let's get out of here. We wanted to go through these checklists and all that. We could, of course, do that. Okay, engine start, brief, loaded, doors closed, park emergency brake is on, shocks are removed, gust lock comes off, thrust levers idle, engine switch is on, 1, 2. We'll go ahead and turn these engines on. Starting engine number 2. Starting engine number 2 for real. Oh yeah, bleeds. I don't have an APU. I don't have an APU, so I can't turn an engine on without an APU. Oh dear. All right, we'll do that. Scottsdale Thug, take it easy, man. Have a good night. Flight director is, I think, confused because of the weather or the winds and whatnot right now. Bring the APU online. I want to see bleeds. Okay, so we got air pressure coming in. That's good. So now we should be able to start the engines. APU bleed is on. Ah, yeah, okay. Now we can start the engines. Now that we've actually turned on the bleed. Yeah, there we go. It's one good engine. Let's go for 2. How to figure the cog in X-Plane 11. Center of gravity, do not know. I just guess. Sometimes I'm right. 2 good engines. And pull you up. After start checklist, yaw dampers on, which it is. Wing anti-ice now. Windshield heats on. Let's just do this. You. Off. Off. APU off. Flap set for takeoff. Set the trims. Okay, with about 6.5. Flap set, hydraulics. Ooh, yeah, hydraulics need to be set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gens check, trims calculated, set, 50 brief, done. Nose wheel steering on. Gas checked, good to go. Brakes, fuel balance, thrust reversers, engine instruments, flaps set for takeoff. Good, good, good. Okay. Weather at Yakima. 1205, 10 mile visibility, scattered 6,000, 19 Celsius, altimeter 3022. Altimeter 3022. So the winds have definitely changed. Okay. Prep for this departure here. 116.0 in nav 1. Just in case we need to do this. 116.0. And the course we needed to go to nav 1. The initial course is going to be 250. 250 is right there. Get back on the FMS though. Flight control check. Left, right, left, right, back, forward. Good. Ground 21-9er, which we're on. And tower 3325, which we're good with. We are at McCormick Air Center, and we have the weather. Let's go flying. Mr. Squirrel, it's good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday, Paul. I very much enjoyed your Baron flying earlier today. Even though it was a little rough watching you battle the GNS. It's all right though. We've all had that problem, that's for sure. YakimaGround.com 717's McCormick Air Center with the weather for taxi.
.com 717, Yakima Ground, Romeo 9, taxi Alpha.
Niner Alpha.com 717. Okay. Clear left, clear right. This is all going to happen very, very fast. Yet again. Should I upgrade to X-Plane 11 now, or should I wait until other updates to aircraft in the sim come out? That's up to you, Master Map, man. I mean, I don't know that I'm necessarily sold on... I don't necessarily know that I'm sold on 11 yet, over 10, but I will say this new FMC is pretty freaking cool, and that has definitely piqued my interest in this thing. So, like, for that reason alone, and then some of the procedure stuff that you get in the new GPSs and whatnot, like, I think that's going to make it worthwhile. But whether you should get it now or later, I'm probably the wrong person to ask. Dan the Pilot Man, welcome aboard. Finally made the stream. It's glad to have you here. Mr. Soundwave, welcome aboard. W28, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. Gad1, good to see you. Leo F199. I don't know what that means, but we'll go with it. All right, departure frequency is 23.8. Good, good, good. 1, 2, 3, lights. Oops. YakimaTower.com 717 is holding short, Romeo 9er.
.com 717, Yakima Tower, wind 110 at 5, Romeo 9, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Romeo 9er.com 717. Clear right, clear left.
Trimetry Bravo Alpha, contact Seattle Center 132.6.
If you want to upgrade to 11 and you have $60, then yes, you should. Yeah, pretty much. Like, if it's something you think you're going to get at some point, you may as well get it now. There's enough aircraft that are compatible with it. Like, make sure that your favorite planes are compatible and running. And kind of go from there. Like, I'm having a blast flying it and testing all the stuff that like is now compatible, because a lot of these planes are finally getting touched and updates and whatnot. Okay, let's tear this sucker up. Green, green, green. Takeoff power. Power set. Airspeed. V1, VR, V2. Positive rate. Gear.
Go 723 Bravo Alpha, Seattle Center, thank you. Yakima altimeter 3022.
.200 knot speed limit in the Delta, which we are surely to be clear of very soon.
DOCOM 717, contact Chinook departure.
Chinook departure, DOCOM 717. Chinook departure, DOCOM 717, 4,700, climbing 10,000.
DOCOM 717, Chinook departure, radar contact, higher shortly, Yakima altimeter 3022.
22717. Sure that we are well clear of the Delta at this point. I'm going to pull the power back a touch on this departure.
DOCOM 717, climb and maintain 2000 and contact Seattle Center 132.6.
12,032.6, DOCOM 717. 12,000 32.6. Six light change 250. Oh, it did it make the change? Come on, load up. Seattle Center.com 717, 10,500, climbing 12,000.
DOCOM 717, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Flight level 230, DOCOM 717. $23,000. FMC completely blew that turn right there. Boy, did it ever blow that turn. This is supposed to be a DME arc, and it was past it before it even began the turn. Good to know. Okay, we'll bring the nose down a little bit. 2,000 feet per minute. Get ourselves accelerated up to 280 knots.
DOCOM 717, just heads up. Looks like you're about 12 miles away from Yakima. Should be on the 9 DME arc when you can.
717, yeah, we're having some issues with the FMC here. We'll get it on. Just go autopilot off. Apply this by hand. Nav source 2, nav 1. What the hell's my DME at? I don't see a DME on this thing. That's a problem. Oops, 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 oops. Don't descend. Climb, 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 climb. Steep turns, all that stuff. Oh yeah, this is quality flying right here. If I do say so myself. Oh, it's in roll mode. That's what happened. Okay, flight change. We want flight change 280. Well, I tried to rely on the FMC for that departure, and it went, like, it beat me. Departure 1, FMC 0.
Telemetry, Bravo Alpha, contact, Chinook approach 123.8.
I'm going to have to do that one again down the road.
For Tree Bravo Alpha.
.com 717, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
25.1, .com 717. Let's get standard in here, 2992. Okay, gear, flaps, lights. Seattle Center.com 717, flight level 215, climbing flight level 230.
.com 717, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Flight level 400, .com 717.
723 Bravo Alpha, Chinook approach. Hello there, Yakima altimeter 3022, landing east.
Let's go ahead and punch our throttles forward a little bit, get that rate of climb going even more. Okay, so sit rep, what just happened there? The FMC flew a very piss-poor DME arc. I had counted on it trying to do something right. It was opposed to being a DME arc where it goes a nice easy around, and then a nice easy in. It kind of went way out there, struggled to get itself back in, and then came way in too far and missed the intercept. So, if we do this again, or when we do this again, I should say, I'm going to probably end up flying it. If not by hand, I'm going to fly it using the nav radios and not the FMC. That was totally my bad. That was totally my fault on that whole thing. But hey, I wanted to test it. I wanted to see how good or how well it would do. And part of the problem is this plane is a freaking rocket ship. Like, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. And I think that maybe the X-plane autopilot is having some troubles keeping up with it. Jonathan, we're on flight number 2. Yes. GAD1, welcome aboard. We'll get some outside shots, yeah. Oh, yeah. What should we do from this side? You can see it all lit up. I want a refund on that departure. Yeah, no kidding. The plane comes with air sick bags. Always air sick bags when you're flying with catstrator. Yeah, at least the FMC drew it nicely. I mean, if I had just taken over and actually flown with the FMC drew, I probably would have had a fairly accurate flight. Instead, I was like, let's see what the autopilot does. If every departure was perfect, these flights wouldn't be half as fun. Yeah, no kidding. Opinions on the plane, possibly looking into the sort of flights you do regularly with a GA plane. With this, opinions on this plane, Pilot Meister, or opinions on a different plane? Wasn't the speed too high? Well, we weren't necessarily too high. We were going jet speeds. That departure maybe isn't made for jets. That could be part of the problem. Let's go to Mach mode. Mach 0.72. Nope, that wasn't. That was heading sync. Mach mode right there. We'll go Mach 0.72. Keep the climb going here. Interesting. Yeah, so that was good. It was a good test. Like I like to try to put these things through their paces, and that was an interesting one. But yeah, the turn was. It's just because this plane, it was climbing super fast. The turn, like, we probably should have kept the speed about 200 knots through that departure. I don't suspect that departure is made for jets or made with jets in mind. It's probably made for turboprops or things with props on them. K and Lamb, good to see you, man. Sabid, I'm drinking water today. I had some Chinese food for dinner last night, quite a lot of it, and it didn't settle too well with my stomach, so I decided to forego the alcohol this evening. Are there any Citation X's in development? There's one Citation in development. It's I think it's an older Citation that Leading Edge Simulations is working on. Same guys that made the Saab. Flyboy F-117, welcome aboard. You got a tiger by the tail. I don't know what that means. Cranky65, good to see you, man. It's a bring your own bag flight. Yeah, heard the FMS being blamed. At least I didn't blame you, Keith. Oh, it's totally my fault. I don't know how much of it you caught. I wanted to honestly, and this is truly like what I wanted to do. I wanted to see how X-Plane would fly it. You know, one of the things that we do is we kind of evaluate and look at these products and everything, and if it's going to draw the arc, I want to see if it's going to fly the arc. And it's worth noting that it didn't fly the arc. Obviously, it's not the, you know, as a virtual proper pilot, I should have flown it and taken over myself and take full responsibility and blah-de-blah-de-blah. But that being said, the plane didn't do what it was supposed to do. So, the test was successful. How you doing, Keith? Leading the turn on DME arc is brutal. Yeah, I know.
Roger.
It didn't even... So the thing about this FMC is it didn't even make the change. Like, it didn't even make the cutover to start the turn until we were already past the turning point. And that was unexpected. And then when it finally did make the turn, it didn't recover it. Like, it didn't come in back enough to actually get back on the arc. So it was just turning at 12 DME. I was totally happy with that too. Which is when you said something, I was like, yeah, it's obviously not going to make it back to where it needs to be. Rob Mac Yousaf, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, sir. But that's a neat departure. That was a really, really cool departure, and I'm going to fly out of there some more. I'm going to go fly out of there with some small prop planes. Go a little slower. Tiger by the tail, ancient Chinese phrase, means you get dragged around by something that's impossible to control. Ah! I like it, Scarebus. Yes, let's imply that it's not my fault. I can deal with that. As soon as I saw that arc, I knew I was in trouble, but I also knew I had to fly it. Like, I was looking at the departures and all that stuff coming out of there. I saw that. I was like, all right, yep, that's the one we got to do. Been watching me and Jeff. Jeff just finished up. Nice. What did Jeff do tonight, Clocky? What was he rocking? I had to fly it, not the FMS. Keith is brutal, man. Brutal. I like you're the dog that caught the bus.
You said you were 3
LSPD of
miles
farts, and I got it.
northeast of Portland?
Crash flying, good to see you, man. Opinions on the plane I'm currently flying, since I've looked at some GA craft to start doing the type of flights you do on a regular basis. Okay, that makes more sense, Palmeister. I like this plane. I like this plane a lot more now that it has the default FMC built into this, and the default FMC is not complete garbage. This plane provides quite a lot of challenges in that everything happens... Ooh, hey, 40,000 feet, and we're really going fast. Everything happens really quickly with this plane. The departures are fast. The plane gets off the ground in practically no time. You're going to be climbing 3,000, 4,000 feet per minute on that initial climb out if you're not careful. To the point to where I usually end up pulling the throttles back to 75% on the initial climb phase just so I can get my head together and try to keep up with the plane. I've never... There's no other plane in X-Plane I've flown that I've found myself further behind than this thing. And so it's always it's always a really good challenge. One of the complaints that I used to have about it were manipulating these radios, and comm radios and nav radios and whatnot, but they included little click spots within the panel here. They kind of made like a pseudo touchscreen, if you will, that have made it immensely easier to manipulate. Otherwise, to change the comm radio, you had to go to radio, and hit the radio button, or nope, go to radio, and then hit the outer knob to bring it over to the right comm.
Contact 21 miles northeast of the sunny Portland Airport.
You could tune in using the tune button, right? And then you had to push in to actually tune it. And So like the manipulation of those knobs was very, very time consuming and not at all easy to use. You know, in a situation where you like, especially if you're on a short final and having to make a lot of frequency changes real fast or something along those lines. So they've really improved the ability to work with these radios to the point to where like flying this thing's awesome. But I mean, look, we're 15 minutes into this flight. We're at 40,000 feet, Mach 0.80. We're doing 464 true. Like we're freaking hauling. And that's the thing I like about this plane. It goes on sale all the time. Like I've seen this thing down to $15-20 pretty frequently. So if you see it on sale, if it's something you even have an inclination to buy, if you want to simulate a private charter jet or whatever going to Truckee Airport, which is an untowered field, like this is probably the one you're going to want to do it in. It's a good companion to the Aerobasket Eclipse, which does very similar things, just not as fast. Like this guy keeps up with the airliners. I'm proud of you for seeing this Sid and saying, give me some of that. For sure, man. Absolutely. Years of single pilot IFR makes someone an expert. It's all about blame deflection. Hey, I play golf. So even as somebody who plays golf, like I'm all about making excuses. That's just how we roll. That's what we do. I want to get these cameras outside, but let's go there. All right, Mile High, we'll see you, buddy. No problem, Pilot Meister. Hopefully it helps. Sleepy Class D regional to a mountainous non-towered. Keith, that was the whole plan, man. My first flight that I did tonight, I took off out of a we took off out of Coos Bay, KOTH, Southwest Oregon Regional Airport. We took off out of. And that was a beautiful, beautiful airport. But I was kind of going for, the Tahoe mountain. Basically, I was going for a mountainous approach here into a non-towered field, just to kind of change it up a little bit. Put these hidden gems to use, man. Like this is the perfect airplane for, like real life, like actually simulating real world types of routes that you would do going into those untowered. Like you're not going to take an airliner into most of those untowered airports, but there's a good chance you'd take something like this into it. Bell 57, first time donating. Remember me? Bell 57, I don't remember you. Where did we meet? Have a nice day, and thank you very much for the tip, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, the climb rate is huge. Like that's the thing I always forget. Like I remember that the climb rate is huge, but then when I'm actually in the moment, it's just like holy crap! Like everything is happening so fast. Because as you're climbing faster, not only are you dealing with the SIDS and the stars a lot, or the SIDS a lot faster, but you're also dealing with frequency changes faster. Like on that particular departure, you had tower, departure, low center, high center. So you have 4 frequency changes that we did within about 10 minutes. Not even that, probably 8 minutes of one another. So everything just happens fast.
Overspeed.
Oops.
Overspeed.
And there's no auto throttle on this thing either. So that becomes something you have to kind of contend with. Not the kind of plane where we can just put the camera outside and watch and and learn. Because models, we'll see you, man.
4 Tango Delta, advise when you have the Portland Airport.
It's all Gucci, mate. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday.
4 Tango Delta, thanks. Contact tower 123.77. Number 4 Golf Bravo. Change to my frequency.
Bells 57 made a typo. Bells, man, where did I meet you someplace? Like, I'm awful with names. I'm awful with people. So.
.com 717. Change to my frequency 135.15.
3515. .com 717. 3515. Seattlecenter.com 717. New frequency. Truckee used to have an
Seattle Center Roger, Baron 724, Tango Delta.
Truckee used to have an RNAV approach based on VORs. First intro into RNAV. Interesting. Well, the weather down in Truckee looks pretty good. And oh yeah, 10-mile visibility, clear skies, not a cloud in sight. And according to the TAF, that's not going to change.
Epic 4 Golf Bravo, Center Roger.
Yes, Truckee is going to basically be clear, severely clear for the next like 2 days. Recommend the RW Designs Hawker 400 from the X-Plane store. I have never flown it. Crazy Diamond, Crazy DMND has flown it. And I think he has, like, it has that Rob Wilson FMC that I'm not really a huge fan of. Outside of that, I think it's a pretty capable model. But it depends on it depends on your affinity to that FMC. I'm not a big fan of it. I've used it. I've done a couple flights with those. I haven't really gotten a good feel for kind of how to make it function. Oh, you were here a few months ago. Oh man, yeah. Unless, like, if you're not somebody who's here super regularly, I'm going to have, or you're not active in Discord or something like that, like, I'm going to probably have a tough time remembering you. But thank you very much for showing up. Thanks for stopping and saying hello, and thanks for the beer. I appreciate it. Come in more often. Say hello. Become a regular. Don't think it's compatible with 11. Rock, we'll see you, man. Rocking the Colts pants tonight.
Number 4, Tango Delta, runway 10.
They're my light pajamas.
Clear to land, wind 08015, gust 20.
Ron H, good to see you, man. Flying lesson was good, man. Flying lessons were good. So I had 2 lessons. I had a lesson on Saturday, and the lesson on Saturday we did more maneuvers, did the stalls. We did turns on a point, which the winds were calm, so it was kind of pointless, but whatever. S turns and a few other things. And then Monday was all touching or stop and goes. So Monday we did I did eight total stop and goes over just over an hour and a half, and the winds were like, I think the winds were like 18 gust 30 or close to it, like 18 gust 28 or something on Monday. And they were like, oh, my throttle is kind of doing weird things. The winds were 18. I want to say about 18 gust 25. Like they were strong and gusty, and there was definitely a crosswind as we're coming in. And a couple times we had a left to right crosswind. A couple times we had a right to left. A couple times we had a straight-on direct headwind, and I swear to God, at some point we had a freaking tailwind. Like, the winds were all over the place the entire charade. So, as a result, all of my landings were crap. But I definitely felt like I was getting a feel for how to deal with the crappy wind conditions by the end of it. So, I learned. I definitely, between those 2 lessons, I learned a ton. Like, especially Monday, just doing the stop and goes. Like, the pattern work I was totally fine with. All the radio calls and all that stuff I was fine with. The climb out, I had some issues at the beginning climbing the plane out. Definitely got some stall horn action going on that first attempt or 2, and then I got a good feel for that, and it wasn't a big deal.
Contact ground point 9.
But yeah, the landings were tough. And as we're coming into this runway to land,
you may. Sorry about that. For some reason I thought you wanted to do the concourse. Okay, right on Echo, ground point 9.
Let me do some stuff here. Because all we got to do is talk about stuff for the next hour. 40 minutes till we get to our destination. Make sure everything's tracked. Okay. So I'm flying out of Lawrence, and the way the pattern works here. So we asked for right pattern. So we took off. We took off when we were using runway 32. We were asking for right traffic because this is a big hill. And as you're coming in from the left side, the winds get, especially when the winds are strong, they get all swirly coming over this hill. And my instructor didn't want to deal with that. But even as it was, pattern-wise, we go out, hang a right, come back,
south ramp, taxi,
and then about right here, we'd make our turn towards base. And as you're kind of coming over the hill and whatnot, like right around here, the winds get real swirly. Like even if it doesn't matter if you're coming over top of it or whatnot. But so I ended up coming in at kind of an angle for nearly all of my approaches, trying to keep over the water and whatnot. But yeah, like it was just like stupid bumpy the whole time.
Contact Yakima Tower 133.25.
To the point of like, eventually I'm going to have a calm day when I go flying. Like every single day, I think it's been windy and bumpy. Eventually, I'm going to have a calm day, and I'm not going to know what to do. Like I'll probably end up doing worse because like, oh, it's calm, I'm fine, right? But yeah, I'm going up again. I'm going up again on Sunday morning. I'm hoping Sunday morning is a little calmer, because I'd like to, be able to get a feel for things. But I've been promised about 5 to 6 hours of touch and goes before we do anything else. So yeah, that'll be Sunday will be another hour and a half to 2 hours of touch and goes.
If you're heading north towards the airport, you cannot be northwest of the airport.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I'm definitely enjoying it.
Thanks to the miracle of modern
this is
radar,
X-Plane.
so you're southwest of the field into right base runway 9.
Have I fallen in love with slow flight yet? Not really. I mean, slow flight is what it is. Whatever. Like I want to fly to go places, not necessarily to like feel the plane do stuff. I did handle my stalls better. Like the stalls were nice and gentle, which leads me to believe that it truly was a fluke that very first stall that was demonstrated to me was quite abrupt. So yeah, it wasn't nearly as bad as I expected it to be for the stalls. And we did used to come quite a bit later training after a bunch of work on the 4 fundamentals. Yeah, no, I was 6.5 hours. And he put me up in the pattern. So we were in the pattern starting at 5 hours. But yeah, so Saturday, so I've had like 2 proper maneuver-based lessons, and Saturday was the one where we did power on, power off stalls, partial power on stalls. He demonstrated a full power on stall. We did an engine out down to an untowered airfield that he demonstrated. Took off, did a short runway takeoff from there because it's like a 2,100 foot runway.
Clear to land, wind 110.
Turns on a point, S turns. We went back, did a touch and go, and then put the plane down. Yeah, and then Monday was all pattern work. Sunday will be all pattern work. Next week will probably still be, well, next week might be different. So I'm joining a flying club to have access to a Cherokee that is not flying all that much, that I can help with that and have essentially easy access to this airplane. So I'm joining that club, and I'll probably have to go up and do some maneuvers and whatnot, learn how to fly that thing again. But yeah, it's been good. Like, it's been good. My instructor keeps reminding me that I'm on the fast track, or telling me that I'm on the fast track, and I have Keith and all the PilotEdge guys to blame for that, for sure.
American 4705, Denver Center. Hello there. Cleared to the Billings Airport. As filed. Maintain flight level 220. Departure frequency 120.47. Squawk 2556. Hold for release.
That's funny, Scarebus talking about turning engine number 3 off in the Dash A. Well, I can't do that. Negative, sir. All right.
American 4705.
I'll have fun doing spin training. We don't do spin training in the U.S. There's no spin training in the U.S.
American 4705. Roger, advise when you're ready.
Dude, I've been rocking the comm since my intro flight, Keith. I told you, man. I wasn't afraid of doing the comm stuff. I just had no interest in doing it. Like, I knew that I could. But yeah, so I've done the intro flight in 3 total lessons. So I've been up 4 times now with this instructor, and all 4 times I've had the comms from the get-go. The instructor will jump in occasionally here and there. Like, there's been a couple times I've been task saturated and missed stuff. The first time we went up, he did some work with Boston Approach to get us a flight following while we did maneuvers and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I've been tearing up the comms. I'm thinking of you every time I do it, Keith.
Alpha, welcome to sunny Yakima. Taxi to the ramp via Alpha, monitor ground.
Roman Burton, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Kiwi's late. It's all good, man. Just curious if the guy's going to let you. How did he know you've been working the radio? How did I not know you've been working the radio the whole time? Fair enough. Yeah, no. So this, yeah, it was kind of weird starting out with this instructor. So we talked a little bit about all the stuff I've done, and I don't know. I told him I was pretty comfortable with the radios, and I think because as we've talked through some of the things like P factor and adverse yaw and kind of a lot of the theoretical stuff, and I was like, yeah, okay, this, and I kind of like knew all the book smarts about it. I don't know. I think he was just confident enough. Like, he told me, okay, call tower up. We're going to ask for this, and I was just like, all right, we got this. Cessna's over here. We got whiskey ready for taxi, all that good stuff. And yeah, it didn't like. He told the instructor told me that in 30 years of instructing, he's never had a student, and this is me kind of. He's never had a student on the intro flight who's done the radios and all the flying without any help. So I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. I can deal with that. No spin recovery training in the U.S. No. You have to do it for your CFI, is what I understand. Yeah, as Kiwi just said, but not for your PPL. Virus City, man. Virus City. Sorry, buddy. Thank you very much for 4 months of support. Happy 4 months. Beer, beer, beer. Thank you very much, Virus City. Appreciate it, man. Cheers. Yeah, I tried to live ATC. I did try to live ATC the broadcast or the stuff, and the last couple times I've gone up, their radio's been completely hosed. Like their recording software is nothing but static.
Reckon 4705. Center.
I'll go find it. I'll go find it at one of these days, like when I can get a good recording off of it. I don't live in Boston. I live near Boston, but I love it out here, man. This is, in my opinion, the best part of the country. I'm an Indiana native. I grew up in the Midwest. I moved out to New Hampshire and now Massachusetts about 10 years ago, and I will probably never live anywhere else. Like I absolutely love it out here. There's just so much stuff to do. You know, there's huge diversity in people that you meet, tons of different types of food. Like it's an awesome part of the country, for sure. Jay Dugan, man, hope everything's okay. The sirens are no fun, man.
401 Tango Sierra NorCal approach Squawk 0302 and IDEN.
Captain Big Germ, I grew up near Fort Wayne. Went to Purdue University.
Reckon 4705, okay, cleared to the Billings Airport.
Had to do a spin recovery for my PPL, was hour 8 or 9, less than after stall recovery.
One arrival.
Yeah, I've heard, so I've been reading up on that stuff, I hear that like UK and European flight schools have to teach spin training, or spin recovery, but yeah, here in the US it's just for your CFI.
And cold release.
Boston like the East Coast, Seattle, probably with a little bit better weather though. Well, the Bay Area is not what it's cracked up to be. The Bay Area is what it is because of the companies that are there and the type of people that live there, not necessarily because of the things that there are to do.
Sierra is radar contact 18 miles southwest of the Reno Airport. Reno altimeter 3012, and say again the request. Did you say touch and goes at Reno? And 1 Tango Sierra, roger.
I don't think Reno's towered right now. Yogi 1386, good to see you, man. This is flight number 2. We're heading down to Truckee. Just took off out of Yakima a few minutes ago. We do spin training in Canada as well. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would like to go do spin training at some point at like an aerobatic plane, but I'm also like, that kind of stuff kind of scares the hell out of me. Which is obviously more reason for me to go do it, but I don't know. I need to be a lot more comfortable in the airplane before I go do something like that. What do you have to say about the Bay Area? Whatever, man. I'm not a huge fan of the Bay Area. It's expensive. It's crowded. I didn't find it to be particularly clean. I know there's a lot of stuff to do out there. I know there's a lot of good food, you know, a lot of cultures that kind of mesh and meet, and there's definitely a lot of work out there, but it just kind of wasn't for me. And Orange Labrador, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Vapor Blast, welcome aboard. Uh-oh, Keith's about to deliver crushing news. Unless I already missed the joke.
Sir, just want to make sure you're aware that Reno is currently an on-tower.
Ah, yes. That crushing news. Oh, you hate it. I'm a physician here. All right, good to hear, Labrador. At least I'm not too far off base on that on my assumption there. Check VATSIM. It's crazy. I'm rather enjoying my not crazy. We'll check out VATSIM real quick. Holy cow. That's a lot of airplanes going into Chicago. Interesting. Chicago was like the forgotten center too. Are they going to probably a combination of Midway and Ord? That would have been fun. Pull our power back a touch. Constantly adjusting the power here, trying to keep 0.81 in the Mach. 27 minutes to go till we're on the ground. Probably start our descent here fairly soon. Actually, no, we still got a few more minutes. Used to turn my electrics off during landing, which also meant no flaps. Interesting. Lived in the Bay Area for 10 years, didn't love San Francisco City, but loved the peninsula. I'll give you that, Keith. Yeah, there were aspects of that, my vacation out there. And I would like to go out there again and spend some more time. We kind of, when we went out to that area, we only spent a couple days around San Francisco, a day down by Monterey, day out in wine country, and then a few days out in Sacramento. Like, we went from, basically, we went from the coast all the way to Lake Tahoe, and we were only out there for 10 days. I think I put 1,000 miles on my rental car. Captain Big Germ, good to see you, man. Did I fly to Vegas last weekend? Couple hundred flights in 3 hours or so? I didn't know. Val Dudes! Val Dudes, welcome aboard, sir. Happy Friday, man. I hope you enjoyed sculpting and painting your phallic pile of grass that was behind your house. Once seen could not be unseen. Howdy, Pilot, take it easy, man. Have a great night. I'm counting on you too, sir. Glad you come out and fly tonight. As occur for many reasons, basic spin recovery should be considered essential as stall recovery. Maybe it's my age. Yeah, I'm a little surprised by it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have to know how to recover from a spin. I have this little like pre-solo questionnaire that I'm filling out that I have to have in before I can solo, and one of the questions was, how do you recover from a spin? So there's definitely some knowledge that has to be had. It's just I guess it's not practical, you wouldn't call it? Or you'd say it wasn't practical? Like it's not proven, not tested.
Got one Tango Sierra, since you have the field in sight, certainly. Radar services terminated.
Have we done power on stalls or power off stalls? So Cessna Rocks, we did a bunch of power off stalls. And then we did partial power on, so 1,500, I think 1,500 RPMs. And he demonstrated a full power on stall for me, just to, as he said, get it out of the way. The full power on stall was very bizarre. Like, you go real, like, vertical. That was a little weird. But, yeah, the partial power on stuff was kind of interesting, too. But, yeah, no, we didn't. It's pretty much all focused on power off stalls. And I was even told that when I start soloing, I'm not allowed to do power on stalls, only power off. How do you recover from a spin? Ailerons neutral, opposite rudder, push forward. Once you stop spinning, add power, pull back, and off you go. I believe so. I'd have to go look at my notes. Yeah, power on's weird. Pull the chute! Mike8785, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. With a very enthusiastic hey cat. That is correct. I like the challenge. The challenge is pretty good, man. T-Craft, good to see you. Calling a spade for many, you have to work pretty hard to stall an airplane. You fly the normal profile, it just doesn't happen. Affirmative. Definitely noticed that. The power off stalls were very eye-opening, as you just kind of, like, you hear the stall horn, and you're just still like, okay, we're slowing down, and we're still slowing down, and we're still slowing down, and literally nothing is happening. Yeah, so I like the Challenger. I've talked about it a few times tonight, but it's a cool plane. Like it's different from the CRJ. It has it's the profile that it flies is much faster, and everything happens very quickly on departure. Like the departure phase in this airplane is probably the most difficult of any plane I've flown, because everything happens so fast due to how quick and how agile this thing is. We're flying from Yakima down to Truckee. Yakima down to Truckee.
.com 717, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Level 240, my discretion, .com 717. All right, let's do some planning here. So we are going to plan for coming into Truckee. I'm going to plan for the RNAV Yankee runway 20. So the RNAV Yankee from Awega says that at Awega we want to be 10,700 feet. So that means we're going to go down about 30,000 feet by Awega. So that's easy. That's about 90 miles or so for our top of descent out. So if we say Awega, and we'll say about 90, we'll say about 100 miles. So about right there, right? So what we can do, and what we can do now is we can grab our FMC. We go to fix. We can say Awega. EGA. This isn't exact, but it's going to be close. We'll say 90 miles from Awega because we have a little bit of a turn there as well, kind of a little hitch in the road. Excuse me. 90 miles from Awega, give me a distance crossing. So what this has done on our FMC, this has now created a big circle. And so at that green circle there, the barb intersection it looks like, we are going to start down. So that's giving us our top of descent here. So we're going to plan for barb. We are 50 miles out of barb, so we'll start down to about 50 miles or so.
Loud and clear for San Francisco clearance.
There we go. You don't yank back on the stick, you ain't stalling. Have a hard time reading the instruments in the CRJ. Yeah, the instruments can be a little difficult to read in this thing, because they're using all this, they're using a lot of stock stuff. I wish the map was a little easier to read. Everything else is fine, but the map is tough. I mean, I would have no problem doing spin recovery if that's what it came down to, and I might even ask the instructor at some point. Well, Keith is also flying a rocket ship. Like, Keith flies a pretty... The profile of Keith's plane is not, similar to many other people's planes. But yeah. I absolutely see what you mean. Certain planes break much more quickly. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I still got a lot to learn. I'm 6.5 hours in. I got a long ways to go. I'm certainly concerned. I'm certainly consuming a lot of information about a lot of different things. I'm reading books and kind of poring over material on a daily basis.
I think you're doing a great job, sir. Clear to the John Wayne Airport, offshore.
I'm doing a lot of work on a lot of different stuff to try to learn as much as I can. And it's just hitting the points as we go. There's some things I haven't gotten to yet, like a lot of the weather and a lot of the cross country planning stuff. I haven't even started looking at that. I'm taking a lot of that material down to South Carolina with me here in a week and a half, and it'll be studying on the plane and kind of studying while I'm down there and whatnot. But yeah. So I also joining a flying club. We'll have access to a nice old Piper Cherokee 180. So making the switch from the Cessna 172 high wing to the Cherokee 180 low wing. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm gonna kind of miss the 172 because I will miss having my own door. It's kind of a pain in the ass for me to get into a Piper, just because of the fact there's just the one door. But I'll make do.
Thanks. If you could also not put commas between the waypoints, just spaces.
It's a cheap airplane, and there are definite perks down the road as I get further along in my flying experience.
No problem.
Basically,
My
once I get my
prowess,
ticket, I'll
but,
have the
you don't need to
opportunity
worry
to
about
do
it.
quite a lot of flying in that plane.
We have a Fort Golf Bravo, contact LA Center 133.55.
South Carolina. I've been invited to go down with some PilotEdge folks for gonna go tour the Gulfstream factory. Meet up with Keith here and a few of our best buddies. Should be a good time. But yeah, I'll leave for that a week from Monday. I'll take whatever pictures I can. Probably won't be a lot, but yeah. So yeah, I got a little solo trip ahead of me to kind of read a lot of books. Probably I'm sure I'll probably freak some people out too if I pull out a bunch of airplane books. But like, look, I'm just in case something happens to the pilot, I'm gonna be prepared. Okay, you're not prepared, but I'm prepared. Start planning your short and long cross countries. Dude, okay, this is going to be me sounding real cocky, but I have no concerns about planning cross-country trips. Like, I have done that shit so much time, pardon my French, but I've done it so many times here in the sim. I haven't done a lot of the timing stuff and whatnot, but not at all concerned. Like, not worried about that. When I board the flight, I should ask the captain and first officer for advice. Yeah. Let me flash my temporary student certificate. Be like, hey, I fly planes. What do you got for me? Hope our weather improves for you by then. Whatever. Georgia. Yeah, not South Carolina, Georgia. Whatever. Georgia and South Carolina are the same. Like, it's right on the freaking border. I don't know. I'm going to go wherever the plane takes me.
Number 1 Tango Sierra is ready to contact 5 miles west of the Reno airport. Reno altimeter 3012.
Am I going on a jet? No. I'm flying down on a commercial jet, but that's where that ends. Alright, we're clear down to 240. Punch our altitude in. Probably should have started down a little sooner because I remember this thing being quite slippery last time. But vertical speed. Oops. Let's go ahead and start her down. Pull the power back. We will see what we can get out of this thing for descent rate. This is X-Plane 11. We are not flying FSX. The thing I've noticed about flight training is that everybody's picked the one thing that they had the most trouble with and said, man, you're going to be real screwed when it comes to this part. But again, it's like everybody learns something and ingests information in a different way. And if you don't, like, if you can't assume that everybody else is going to have the same problems that you may have and whatnot. Like, I am a pretty geographically minded person, okay? I can look at a map and I can immediately figure out where I'm at, how to get out of here, where you need to go, like almost a photographic memory when it comes to reading a map. And I guarantee you that, like, most people I've met have not had that curse, if you will. So when it comes to all the planning and all that stuff, like, I trust me when I say that I'm not concerned about it. VORs don't bother me. I've done lots of VOR flying. Actually, we did some VOR flying on Saturday. He's like, yeah, while we're at it, we may as well tune into a VOR and do that. I'm like, I got this. What's the frequency? You tell me the frequency, I'll take care of the rest. Yeah, if my iPad shits the bed, I'll pull out my phone, which also has ForeFlight on it, and if that also goes to hell, I'll pull a map out, and if I can't figure out where I'm at, I'll call up an ATC controller.
Contact Oakland Center 132.905.
3295.com 717. 3295. $295. Oh, got some scenery loads happening. There we go. OaklandCenter.com 717. Flight level 374 descending. Flight level 240.
.com 717, Oakland Center, roger.
Okay, we're going to use some speed brakes here. One thing I think I've learned with this plane is it does not want to descend. It is very, 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 very slippery. What if you have no ATC communication in the middle of nowhere like Montana? Well, I don't know, man. I probably wouldn't put myself in that position. Like, you can pick any number of scenarios. If you get screwed, then pull out a freaking road atlas. Like, I'm never going to be in a scenario where every single thing on me fails, right? Like, it's just not going to happen. You can do the theoretical, well, what if it does? It could very well happen, Murphy's Law and this and that, but, like, it's not going to happen. You surround yourself with enough backups, with enough redundancies and whatnot. As soon as the first thing fails, oh, shoot, we got to go. Like, we got to go. We got to go fix this. But it's not like I'm not going to learn the skill anyway, because I'm going to have to. Like you've mentioned, you have to learn it in your training, whether it makes sense or not.
Reckon 4705, Denver Center, roger. Release for departure. Clearance forward if not off by 0218.
I mean,
time now 0208.
Get low enough, find cell phone coverage. I'll have my wife use her phone or we'll pop up a maps application open. You know, if you've got two passengers, not only do I have my phone and my tablet, everybody else probably has a cell phone. Like there are so many redundancies that exist when you're traveling nowadays that like there's very, very few excuses to kind of find yourself lost like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be flying around Montana. That's probably not my forte. Engine out in New York City would be far worse. Who cares about lost comms? Exactly. Aviator BJA, good to see you, man. I fly all the time in old planes. Don't talk to anybody. J10GB, good to see you, man. I mean, your concerns are certainly valid, and I understand. I understand where you're coming from. It's just so unlikely for everything to fail like that. That, you know, at some point it's like, well, you know, maybe it's my time. Maybe this is how I was meant to go. All right, 20,000 feet to go. We are doing okay. Little bit high for where I want to be. So I gotta remember next time we fly this.
Contact Oakland Center 132.2.
Next time we fly this thing, I want to make sure I start my descent a little sooner. Alright. 0106. Weather here.
.com 717. Contact Oakland Center 132.2.
132.2.com 717.
Peninsula 01 Tango Sierra, Oakland Center, Truckee altimeter 3014.
14, thanks. 150.
And did you say you were going to be maneuvering, doing maneuvering around Truckee, or are you heading to Truckee to do the full stop?
Affirm. So we're going to be going down the western shore of Lake Tahoe over to Houma. We're going to go ahead and make a U-turn back on north, maneuvering the whole way, and then back into Truckee. I'll let you know when we're inbound.
01 Tango Sierra, thanks.
Oakland Center, DOTCOM 717, flight level 288, descending flight level 240.
DOTCOM 717, Oakland, Center, Roger.
Smurf Murph, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Joe Nurses, welcome aboard. What if you bump your head, forget who you are, and start talking with a French accent? Oui. My wife would believe the same thing. If she's found herself in a position where that's what's happening, then...
maintain flight level 200.
Flight level 200, DOTCOM 717. If that many things have gone wrong in that short of a period of time, then she would probably also say, you know what, it's probably time. GAD1, this is PilotEdge. So descend faster, cut the engines. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Just landed at Yakima, very stressful. Absolutely. Thinking about, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, sir. You didn't already give your flight instructor a link to your Twitch and YouTube channel. I already have, Mr. Roth. I'm not sure he's visited. I'm not sure he has any interest in visiting, but I have definitely sent him the links.
Squawking 2556 and Addons.
Definitely sent the links over. Actually, he asked me for them too. But then I asked him if he'd watched any of the videos. He's like, no, I haven't done that yet. I was like, it's fine, man. You don't have to go watch them. Mr. Esroth, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Definitely beats the cornfields, no kidding. That's it's pretty good looking.
4705, ready contact 8 miles southwest of Rapid City Airport. Rapid City altimeter.
Not sure. I'm gonna get my screenshot. I think once we get into Truckee.
3016.
What am I flying? Blake W, good to see you, man. We're flying the Challenger 300. Payware by DDen Design. We are coming into Truckee. Pyramid Lake, off to our left. Rural Indiana, Illinois. HTR's on, of course.
Delta 121, San Francisco.
I love all the talk of flying charts. How many have you flown with these charts?
Taxi Alpha.
Oh boy. Ernie the Cat's gonna have a good one here, I think. Nope, Ernie never seen those before. That looks interesting. My instructors will critique my sim landings. Oh god. He's got plenty of real landings to critique. He doesn't need to worry about the sim stuff. 1,000 to go. More scenery loads coming in. Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
DOTCOM 717, contact NorCal approach 119.2.
119.2, DOTCOM 717. 19.2. NorCal approach, DOTCOM 717, flight level 200 with the Truckee weather.
DOTCOM 717, NorCal approach, roger. Say approach request at Truckee.
We'll take the RNAV GPS Yankee runway 20, DOTCOM 717.
DOTCOM 717, I have your request. Where would you like that from?
Awega, please, 717.
Roger.
Okay, let's plan for that. Okay, departing and arriving, Truckee, RNAV Yankee. Omega. Opchi. Yep, that's got him in there.
.com 717, descend and maintain 11,000.
11,000, .com 717.
Truckee altimeter is elusive, but it's 3014.
3014, .com 717. Okay, 11,000 and 14 on the altimeter.
.com 717, it's up to you. You can do the straight in from Owego, or you can do one lap for the descent. Let me know what you prefer.
We're probably going to need a lap for .com 717.
.com 717, roger. Cross Owego at or above 11,000. Cleared RNAV Yankee runway 20 approach.
Okay, cleared Owego at or above 11,000 and cleared RNAV Zulu, or the RNAV Yankee runway 20 approach, .com 717. Okay.
Delta 12176, go tower, runway 1 left on right, cleared for takeoff. Wind 270.
So I get to Owego. I'm going to do a lap of the pattern here just for the descent. Oh, I need to get the speed back. Get that speed way, way, way back. Way back. Sync the heading 001. Crank her around.
1
That'll be ish. Definitely not set up for this this approach here properly. Wasn't expecting to be this high. Said Val dudes never. Chase was working earlier today. Okay. Yeah, by the time we swing this back around, we should be on the right speed here. Or on the right head altitude, I should say. We can get our speed back, though.
Delta 121, contact NorCal departure.
Looking good, looking good, looking good. Let's get lights. And C-taps can be 22.8.
Delta 121, NorCal departure. Radar contact, say altitude leaving.
Background to 181.
Delta 121, thanks. Yep, climbing via the SID doesn't alleviate the requirement to report the altitude that you're climbing through. When you check in with the radar controller, we still have to verify that mode C readout. You can climb and maintain flight level 190. .com 717, contact Oakland Center again, 132.2.
132.2, .com 717. Oakland Center.com 717, 12,500 on the RNAV GPS Yankee 20 to Truckee.
.com 717 Oakland Center on Truckee altimeter remains tree 014.
14. Okay, let's go 1 notch of flaps. To Omega. Oh crap. No, don't do that. Cancel modification. Okay, after this we should just be straight in. So 9,500 to OpG once we get back on Omega. Back in the nav mode there. Ourselves aligned. There's 11,000 feet. And real quick reference on the VREF. 30,000 feet, 117 is our VREF. 123 for go around. And the winds are 0105. So we'll say our approach speed is going to be 123 or 122. Okay. Minimums today are going to be 1,600 feet AGL, 7,400 feet MSL. Vertical speed, start that sucker down, nice and easy. As soon as I have the field, which I believe is right there. We got the field out there, we'll call it here in a few seconds. Might even be a target out there already. I think there was a guy.
Again, the type of aircraft.
That's him.
Bonanza, Victor.
Have a good night, W28. We'll see you, buddy.
Bonanza 1, Tango Sierra, thanks.
Art Taran, good to see you, man. Give my opinion on this versus the Hawker. I've never flown the Hawker, so I don't know. OaklandCenter.com 717 has the field. We'll go ahead and cancel our IFR.
.com 717 IFR cancellation received. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved. I do have a Bonanza about 8 miles southeast of the field. He'll also be inbound there in a little bit.
Okay, frequency change approved and over to 1200. We'll keep an eye out for the Bonanza 717. Have a great night, Keith.
See you, man. Nice shot.
Don't lie.
It was good. You didn't kill anyone.
We're not down yet.
Yeah, there's still time.
And a Bonanza. All right, let's head over to 22.8. And how far out are we? $10 miles out. Is that... So let's see here. What are the winds? 0105. Truckee traffic. Challenger is 10 miles out, planning left traffic, runway 11 Truckee. Okay, so let's pop this over to 11. So we're basically setting ourselves... Oops. Ooh, speed, speed, speed. We are basically configuring ourselves here. basically setting ourselves up for a downwind. Sort of. All right, my airplane.
Truckee traffic, Bonanza, red Bonanza is about 7 miles south of the field. We're making straight in runway 2, Truckee.
And Bonanza, are you over that ski resort there?
A-frame, that's me, and it looks like I've got you as well.
Perfect, we're keeping an eye out for you. And we're going to plan for runway 11, Truckee.
A-frame, 1 Tango Sierra.
Okay. Field elevation is 5,900 feet. Ooh, hello. Air sickness bags. What
and
plane
Truckee
is
traffic,
this?
That red Bonanza is on a 4-mile final for runway 2, Truckee.
So we are going to keep ourselves... I'm going to keep myself out of his approach path. I'm not going to be able to enter this one on a 45. I'll probably just end up coming in on the base here. We're good here. We'll find the Challenger 300. DDen. This guy. Oh, hey, my speed brakes are out. Okay. So we'll do a super wide downwind here, head over to the base, because I don't want to block his runway in case he has to go around. Because that would be kind of a mean thing to do. Let's go one more notch of flaps. Flight director off. Fly casual, man. Paco Bo, good to see you, man. For my first solo, my call sign should be catstrator. I don't think so. I think my call sign will be Cessna something 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 or other. Yo. If it was an Airbus, it would tell you the speed brakes are out.
Truckee traffic, Bonanza for final runway 2, Truckee.
Truckee traffic. Challengers on about a 3-mile base for runway 11, Truckee. Here, flaps full. We are high and we are fast, but we are coming down. I don't like this.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Truckee traffic Challenger is going to be circling just north of the field here to get ourselves set up again for runway 11, Truckee. I didn't like that. I didn't like the way we were coming in. Abort! Drew Simulator Wick, good to see you, man. This is the Challenger 300 by DDen Design. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to cram ourselves out here. We'll make a big left 360.
Truckee traffic, Bonanza is clear of O2. We're going to be crossing 11 on our way into the hangars 1 Truckee traffic.
Okay, let's try this again.
And Truckee, that red Bonanza is clear of all the runways back into the hangars at Truckee.
Just to let you know we're all counting on you. This is not the proper way to do this maneuver. 30-degree bank. It's fine. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Get ourselves back on track here. Yeah, I like this a lot better. Truckee traffic. Challengers on a 5-mile straight-in final. Romeo 11, Truckee. Straight-in-ish. Gear, flaps. We're more on a right base. Thank God Jet A is cheap, I know. SOPs, who needs them? Nah. SOPs are on a per airline basis. Old cat air here. We do what we have to do. Okay, gear down 3 green, flaps are set. Lights. Good. Get the runway in sight. We're set up far better for it this time. I should have gone out further before I even tried to make that final turn. Truckee traffic challenges short final runway 11 Truckee. How do we have a tailwind right now? We should not be having a tailwind. All right, we're landing this plane.
Minimums.
Continue landing. Boy, that runway's narrow.
$500.
Check.
Sync rate, 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 sync rate.
It's fine.
100. Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, 50, sync 40, rate, 30, 20, 10.
Burster's out. Decel.
And we're rolling the equipment for you.
Oh, we're fine. No faith. Truckee traffic. Challengers clear runway 11 Truckee. Alright, 1, 2. Bring you on. Put you on beacon. Yeah, that tailwind was unexpected. Very unexpected. But we made it. We're here. Welcome to Truckee. I have no idea what time it is. Rental braking. I'm using default weather, actually. We're not using X-Enviro right now. Because, yeah, X-Enviro has been doing weird stuff. Truckee traffic challenger crossing runway 2, Truckee. Runway 2 would have been the best one for us, where the winds are looking. We had a lot of runway to work with. I mean, that's why I chose that runway over the straight in on 2-0. That runway is 7,000 feet long. Pop ourselves off here. Echo, that's Alpha. No, we're on Alpha. That's Mike. That's Alpha. No, it's not. Nice try, though. Enviro was well behaved for me, been really annoying lately. Yeah, it seems to, like if you're at low altitude, it seems like it's fine. When you make that transition from high altitude to low altitude, that it gets a little wonky. At least that's been my kind of what I've noticed. I could have asked the Bonanza, yeah. I just like the thing is I always just assume the winds are, I don't know. I always assume that the winds are going to be unique to my sim, and that we're not going to have the same winds, so it's not really worth asking. But yeah, I could have done that. I could have checked the windsock. I probably could have looked at my computer and been like, oh hey, like I'm trying to land with a tailwind. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But it's all right. Why we fly fake planes? We'll keep on going. Pop down here one more taxiway. We'll park over next to these guys. What do I like better, the Challenger 300 or the Eclipse 550? I like the 550 better, but they're really two very different planes. They're accomplishing very different goals. The way that they fly, kind of everything about them is incredibly different. So it's difficult to make the comparison. I would say if you're short on cash, get this thing when it's on sale. My personal recommendation would still be the 550 because it is such a solidly nice, just amazingly built plane. We'll do the replay on this one too. Don't land with the tailwind. Never cross the stream. 757 Spy, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, buddy. And we can go ahead and stop right there. Pull the park brake. Let us, I don't know, lights, turn a whole bunch of stuff off. Push buttons until things happen. All right. And you, and then 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Truckee. We made it. All right. Okay, let's do this. We're disconnected from PilotEdge.
Disconnected.
Log out of SimBuddy. Let's go look at that replay. Where's that at? Oh. That's a long ways out. Where's the tower view put us? No? How about the runway view? This'll work. Yeah, they're two very, very, very different planes. This plane does look really freaking cool though coming in. Loaded it right there. Oh! Although I will say, when you land this thing, it doesn't, like, it behaves very strangely on the ground. It's very, tippy. This plane is certified for steep approaches. Yeah. Wasn't too bad. Curious what somebody said it was. All right, one more.
Configuration. Configuration. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. 30. Configuration. 10. Configuration. 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 Configuration.
Configuration.
Configuration.
Nice. All right, we gotta find a picture. Actually, I think the runway picture is going to be fine. I think this is going to look good here. Get the flare. Perfect. How about that? I like that. Maybe a little further. Wow. They've floated halfway down the damn runway. Moments from touchdown. How about right there? I like that one. Okay, alt print screen. Save that out. Now for the all-important landing rate, because that's what we care about. That's how we tell if we're good pilots or not, right? Okay, Alt R. Come back here. Let's open the doors. People still tuned in. People still watching. Have to be entertaining. Lost my mind already, but it's fine. Nope. Yeah, you know what? Open the emergency exit. It's on the other side, though. Arm. We're good. And that was 197. I'll take 197. The first one was 262. Maybe not so good on that one. That was a weird flight, though. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It has been an absolute blast and a pleasure. And we all, I hope, had a good time. I will be back for certain next Friday. Again, I don't know what's going on this week. Probably nothing this weekend, but we'll try to do something next week if I can. But life is coming at you quick. So, guys. Keith, don't go there, Keith. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a good weekend. Have a good whatever. I don't think there's anything going on this weekend. Nothing exciting, right? Anyway, we'll see you. Toodles.